Okay, we're live now. I don't know if someone is still watching. There were some people here a while ago, but probably not. Okay, so let's introduce this Knuckles of Steel. I think I'm going to take this from behind. Um, you are playing Harriet. Harriet what?
Harriet Brown.
Okay, so introduce Harriet Brown.
Harriet Brown is a call girl born and raised in Park Lane, Emmettville. She's a tough girl. She has to be tough in her line of work. Harriet started by being, well, she's a call girl, but not your normal type of call girl. She leveled up to a dominatrix.
Yeah, she has a unique feat called Femdom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she's a tough cookie. She had martial art lessons with Leroy, with whom she has an affair, and I think is involved in the story, right?
Leroy is John's character.
Ah, okay. No, because I'm seeing Louis exactly. Yeah, Leroy is Louis' brother exactly.
Yeah.
So we had an affair, John.
That should be done.
So I know how to move. Yeah, and I'm a bad girl basically, as usual.
Do you have a manager, as it were, or are you a madame yourself,
No,
independent?
yeah, I'm independent woman. Yeah, I'm looking that in the background. Yeah, no,
Okay, so
no manager for me.
wants to introduce next the character.
Does the character I've been assigned, Leroy, have a background in the
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
don't know
it's
it.
in the Discord. That's what I
Yeah.
said. It's in the picture in the Discord
Okay,
server.
so
Oh, it's in
I will
Discord. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
introduce you then. So Leroy Sanchan is a martial arts instructor. He served in Vietnam. This is in the 70s, of course. And when he returned home, he found out his old sensei, Master Nakaya, had been killed in a confrontation with a Chinese gang. He was murdered by the members of the Red Dragon Triad. The killers were never arrested, and Leroy was pretty pissed off with this. So after the death of his master, he took over the Nakaya Dojo and is now teaching local young
Okay,
kids.
I'm trying to share this. So this is Harriet, and
Yeah,
no,
I'm.
this is not
I'm.
what I want to. This is not what
By
the
the
one
way,
I wanted to show.
I'm changing this since the AI art generators have gone much better. I'm going to
I can't.
update.
Yeah, I can't. I can't share Discord. I like Leroy's hair. He has a big afro.
Okay, so this is Leroy. Joe, do you know something about your character?
who, me?
I can
Oh,
tell you
sorry.
the basics, but I don't know all his ins and outs.
Okay, so Omar.
He's got a will of iron. He carouses. He's a hot dealer, streetwise, and homicidal maniac.
He's a hustler and a snitch. I'm reading his
Yeah,
background.
yeah.
Oh
Well,
God.
there's not much background for Omar.
Yeah.
No, nobody trusts him, and he's very well known in the neighborhood and all that. So it's a snitch and a hustler. Uh, Tommy, I think you know.
Yeah, I can read. So he's a private detective from the black neighborhood of Park Lane, Hammetville. He was once a cop, but was too maverick for his own good. He always had a unique take on crime solving by breaking all the rules. So he feels much more comfortable now as a private investigator. He gets around in cool cars, wears stylish clothes, and doesn't have to take orders from corrupt morons like Captain Travanti. Toby dresses well, stands out, but he can also wear a disguise and play it subtle, which allows him to blend in and out of different crowds. He's also known as an accomplished ladies' man, while private detectives are often thought of as lone wolves, and Gunn is undoubtedly one of them. He's a part of a supportive community in Park Lane, so he's very well integrated with the community.
So this takes place in a city called Hammetville. Hammetville is our version of New York. Is the wretched New York, or the even more wretched New York. This was, I think, the second scenario where it showed up, and now it's kind of a feature in the Wretched verse.
In the 1970s, parts of Brooklyn as well as Bronx were like bombed out wastelands. Just there's horrible images of it available online. Just
I guess this should be something like that right now.
People think Detroit is bad. New York was far worse in some areas.
So the connection between the characters is someone called Lois St. John. She's Leroy's sister.
Mm-hmm.
She's a model and she's an aspiring actress. And recently she had an affair with, well, you guys probably know this part, and you know that she had an affair with a Chinese guy who is a businessman. But the relationship didn't go on for long, and they broke up recently. You probably haven't heard about her since then, and this is how we are going to start.
So she's missing?
No, she's not missing. She's just she hasn't been in touch lately, because after the relationship broke up, she has been a little bit minding her own business for a while.
Distant.
Okay. Yeah, a little distant.
But as far as I know, she's healthy. She's not being pursued or okay, good.
And the rest of you guys also. Homer is just an acquaintance. They aren't really friends. Well, they are neighbors. And so you probably see her every day, but she's not a close friend. Harriet is a close friend. So you know about her, and you know about everything that happened. You just haven't met her a lot lately.
For Leroy, we'll add in a little bit of color to him. So he'll have some pretty bad burns from his time in Vietnam. His chest, his back, maybe his neck, a few areas, and some ongoing medical complications related to nerve damage and so on from exposure to Agent Orange and other things. When I rolled up my stats, I got a wisdom of 5 and a dexterity of 8. So he's been damaged in the war. We'll see.
What year are we in?
Late 70s. I'm not sure if there's a exact.
Okay. Just to have an idea of the...
Yeah, there's no exact date, so it's late 70s.
Okay.
Somewhere 78, 79, 77, around there.
77 works.
77 works. Okay.
Yeah,
that's
77.
That's
double 7. I can just see that emblazoned on the side of a Dodge Charger. 77.
Okay, Tommy. I think I'm not. I may be coming. I may be adding this at this moment, but I think he had an affair with Lois in the past.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Maybe I don't know. No problem. Let's
get.
Makes sense. It makes sense.
Let's assume that happened.
Okay.
So you haven't met her in a long time, but you still.
Yeah.
Sometimes you meet in the neighborhood.
Yeah, we keep in touch.
Okay, so let's start this, and let's start with Harriet. What are you doing, Harriet, right now?
What time is it?
Okay, let's say it's early in the morning.
Okay, then maybe I'm getting ready to go to bed.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, being your job.
I'm just coming from. Yeah, I'm just getting back from work.
Which is good. Okay, so you just came inside, and you're in your what? It's probably a
small house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a small apartment in where? Where they live?
Park Lane.
Park Lane. Okay, so it's not a good neighborhood, of course.
We all live in Parkland, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's another connection. That's the other one.
And we are all black now.
Yeah, or not maybe. And you were preparing to go to bed and to rest a bit when you hear your doorbell ringing.
Who the hell is it at this time?
You, you
I'm
don't
gonna go to the door already
you
in
weren't
my
expecting
negligee.
visits.
Yeah. Of course, I have a lock on the door and I just crack it open a bit.
Okay, you see your friend Lois. I can show the picture. No, maybe I can. No, I can't.
Okay,
Yeah.
not very efficient.
Mm, I'm, I'm going to take this. Even the blur is the blur blurs. Okay, so this is
Yeah.
Stay,
Okay.
stay there, please.
not surprisingly she's a black woman with an afro. Um, she seems disturbed and she seems hurt.
Okay. Well, I quickly take the chain from and open the door,
Pansy, pansy, pansy.
and
She's she has
I pull her in.
she has a few bruises in her face and in her arm, and her shirt is torn. A bit of the shirt
So
is
I'm gonna
torn.
ask her what the hell happened to you, girl. Who did this to you? And I usher her inside and sit her in my couch.
She's she's very disturbed, and it's hard for her to start speaking. She's trying to find the strength. She says, "I don't know. I woke up somewhere in Chinatown, and my sister is gone." And she starts crying. You obviously
Oh,
know her
girl.
sister.
Yes. I'm gonna get her something to drink, something strong. It doesn't matter if it's morning; she needs it. And I'm gonna call her brother, probably.
Okay, so her sister is called Jacqueline.
Younger, older.
She is younger. She's probably still a teenager. Well, late teens, but still a
She's
teenager.
also Leroy's sister, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna call Leroy.
I'm not sure if he's there, so
Yeah, well, maybe it doesn't
probably
pick
not.
up, but I'll try to call Leroy. Meanwhile, before I get her to tell me what the hell happened.
She says, "Well,
Leroy, probably someone who follows a morning exercise routine before he goes out for a light breakfast, and then hits up a local street dealer for laced painkillers.
okay." So in that case, you you made a phone call, and Leroy, your phone is ringing.
So I'm in my apartment, maybe just finishing my workout, getting changed. Okay, I pick up the phone. This better be good, motherfucker.
It's not. Hey, Leroy, it's not good. It's bad.
Oh, God, how many times I got to tell you, I ain't coming over. I don't care how much. Well,
Your sister's here.
what?
Yeah, someone hurt her, and she said Jacqueline is gone. So get your ass here.
Double time, click. He's gone.
And now I'm gonna try to get her to tell me
I'll
what.
strap up with a knife and a gun, presuming I have that kind of equipment. A longer coat to hide my waistband, some extra stretch flexible pants with gusset in the legs, and head out.
Then she starts trying to tell you the story. She says, Yesterday I met I met my former boyfriend.
The China guy.
Yeah, the Chinaman. It's the name
China man.
Chinaman. She doesn't call him Chinaman.
Yeah.
She, call,
No.
she called him Vey.
Yeah.
So Vey was was talking to her, and he was insisting that they should get together again, and then she was with Jacqueline at the moment. He insisted that they should go to have dinner at that moment, and since she was with her sister, she just accepted the invitation, and they had a nice dinner in a Chinese restaurant, and she doesn't remember anything else after that.
He drugged you. How many times do I have to tell you that you need to learn to say no to men?
But it was a restaurant.
Yeah, Chinese restaurant. He's a Chinese guy.
There were people there, not just us. There were customers there, and I wasn't expecting anything like this to happen.
I'm not gonna say I told her about interracial relationships because I'll just. I'm mad at her, but at the same time, I'm worried about her. Of course, I called your brother, so Leroy, it's on his way.
Okay, let's jump
Yeah,
ahead.
let's jump.
Leroy, you are entering the building when you see someone you know, Omar. I think it's Omar, not Omer. But no
What up,
problem.
bro?
Yo, man, how's it going?
Somebody put hands on my
Did
sister,
you
so I gotta
anything?
turn
You
someone
want
into
anything?
a bowl of soup with mushu pork.
I can get you anything you want, man. What do you want?
I want to turn someone into mushu pork. We're gonna find who put hands on my sister.
Someone put hands on your sister, bro. Let's go kick some ass.
We're gonna beat some motherfucker. Black and blue. You're gonna be blacker than me.
I start tooling up and hustling contacts. To be fair. Sorry, John. What was that?
Pardon me?
I missed that. You said something.
Oh, I said someone's gonna get turned black and blue. They're gonna be blacker than me.
Okay, cool.
ass, all
Let's
right.
go do this shit. I'm gonna start touting around for guns and seeing what lowdown I can get out my contacts and shit.
Okay. That would be a
Do you want me to
street
roll for anything, or
yeah, why not? Let's start with the roll.
what am I rolling?
Should be streetwise, right?
Streetwise and wits, I think, or maybe
Okay, cool.
magnetism.
18.
Okay, that's fine. You later when you try to get your contacts, you'll find some.
You'll get everything you need.
Yeah, you'll get
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
you need.
cool.
Okay,
Right,
then
so I'm compact
Leroy,
shotgun.
you
Question:
yeah.
Does Lois have a history of being abused by her boyfriends? Is this a trend? Like, is she picking that kind of guy over and over again, or is this a kind of a? Has this happened before with her
Well, not
Chinese
necessarily.
boyfriend? Or
This one she had you had a suspicion that the guy wasn't. You probably never touched her, but he had the look of someone who's dangerous. So, but no, she wasn't. She wasn't usually abused, and in fact, even in this case, she probably wasn't abused. She was just lying on the floor, so that's why someone left her in a back alley, and so she looks a little bit rough, but she wasn't beaten up. Okay, so Leroy arrives, and is coming with someone, your neighbor, Omer.
Oh, well, at least
Harriet,
it's another
sis,
one.
what in God's name has happened?
Lois is crying right now
Yeah.
in the
Although she
sofa.
doesn't remember, she had dinner with the Chinaman.
She
Which
tries
one?
to
Her ex, what is called? What Jane?
way.
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 And apparently, they already had roofies in the. I know they already have roofies in the 70s, but did they already call them roofies?
Mickey Fins, maybe.
Mickey, yeah.
Mickey Finn, also
He gave her
Spanish
Mickey.
Fly.
And Jacqueline is gone.
Who's Jacqueline? Please remind me.
It's your other sister.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a younger sister. So the youngest one of the family.
she's gone. Gone.
She's gone, as in missing.
Yeah, she was with her in the,
Well, at least that's what Lois know.
or
She
at
was with
least
her.
yes.
She's not there anymore. So. She called home before she came here. She called her home, but no one picked up the phone. So she
Could she be
assumed.
at work? Does she have a boyfriend, or is she in college? Or
No, she's yeah, she works, but she isn't at work. She isn't at home. She lives with Lois, so she wasn't there. And Lois didn't want to go home by herself, and so she came here. She didn't call the police yet.
I'll give Lois a few more moments just to calm down. Like if our presence, the group of us here, kind of serves to kind of maybe calm her down, to prompt her to calm down a little bit, rather than pester her. I'll just kind of sit casually and let my coat fall open so that my K-bar combat knife is just showing quite prominently up out of the waistband of my pants. I'll just kind of look over at Harriet, and tap that. Is this going to be needed?
Well, I don't know.
Where's
Maybe.
your little sister?
Okay, so after a while, she's a little bit calmer, and she says she tells you the story again. So she and Jacqueline were walking in Chinatown, which isn't far from here, and she met Wei. He was coming. Well, she don't know. He was announced in the streets, so maybe she was following them. I don't know. She doesn't know, and he invited her and Jacqueline both to a restaurant where they used to go for dinner when they were a couple. He said he wanted to talk to her about stuff, and she eventually accepted because she was with her sister. So she assumed it wouldn't be a problem, and there were people in the restaurant, so it was just a. And as she says, it was perfectly normal. They were just talking about stuff. He wasn't insisting. He wasn't bothering her. They were just having a conversation, and suddenly she lost. She thinks she lost her senses. She was probably unconscious because she can't remember anything from some point on. And then she woke up somewhere in a back alley
The
next
restaurant in
to.
question, do we know anything about it? Is it a front operation for a gambling, or is it tied to the Chinese mafia, or is it just a normal straight up restaurant?
Okay, let's try a streetwise roll.
Okay.
Of course, I have streetwise. Just bought it. Good.
This
So
shouldn't be a very difficult roll, so a 10 or 10, 15 maybe. It's enough.
is there a mechanic in the game for a group roll? Like we're all chatting with each other, two or more people
There
have
is, yeah.
streetwise,
Yes.
so this might be a situation for that to come into play.
Yeah, there is. I think there's one bomb.
Yes, one
Plus one
person
bonus.
does the roll, and if all the others
So,
has the sexes, it's a +1.
Okay, so Omer is not here now, but I can roll for him.
I had the success.
Would this be an intelligence roll, or a charisma roll, or a wisdom roll? What
It
do you
can
think?
be charisma or
It
Each
floats.
one can. It
yeah,
could be a charisma. Yeah.
it makes sense.
Okay,
What
but
is
This
the
case,
game modifier for an attribute score of 9? Do you know off the top of your head?
I don't
zero, I
think
think.
0. Yes, it doesn't have one.
Okay. And are skills purchased 1 for 1? 1 point, 1 level in
Yeah.
a skill,
Yes.
2 points,
Yeah,
2 levels in the
that's it.
skill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maximum
Well,
is 5.
streetwise is almost certainly something I would have. So there's 1 skill point gone. I won't be the lead on this because, again,
I can be the lead because I had the 12.
Okay. So I rolled a 9, so I didn't make it. No, I ain't never been there. I don't know shit about that place. The food any good?
You don't like Chinese food?
Yeah, it's the food is good.
Not
That
really.
part you
Them
heard about
fuckers
it.
eat anything.
Yeah, people like it. So you don't
One
know
time
if
I
it's a
walked
front.
by this place over on 47th Street. They had what
It
looked like a skinned jellyfish hanging in the window. That
it
shit's
might
nasty.
be it might be a front because you know that way is a
He's connected.
it's connected.
He's
Yeah,
connected. Yeah, I don't know exactly what his scheme, but I know he's connected. That guy doesn't fool me. He
Lois said
plays the game.
Lois always said that he wasn't. He was a legitimate businessman, and he has obviously a front as
But
a
she's a
legit.
bit naive. He wear nice suits.
Yes, and he also gave her nice gifts,
Yeah.
so she couldn't care less about the rest. He could afford them, so no problem.
So he's a
Okay,
fan of brown sugar, as they said back in the 70s.
yeah, probably. And so she has no more information about. Uh,
Lois here, honey,
This is
sweet child.
Tommy has oh god, motorcycles, right?
yeah,
We have cats and he has motorcycles. And with that, I think I
Yeah.
had an idea. Why don't we call Tommy Gunn? He's a private eye. Maybe he can help us with this.
That is a good idea. Get on the
Yeah,
blower. Meanwhile, Lois,
I'm
you got to
gonna
sit
call
down,
him.
honey. You got to tell us everything you remember. Was Jacqueline dating someone there? Now's not the time to hold back. Was anyone making eyes at you? Any funny business going on? You got to think.
no, nothing like that. Jacqueline, well, she has a boyfriend, but she's just a young man, uh, and is not Chinese.
See your brother?
Yeah,
You know his name?
okay.
Where he hang
I
out?
think it's
I think he deserves a bit of a visit.
she's called. Okay, so she's called Bill. Bill, maybe Bill. Bill, it's Bill.
I think Omar is on mute.
No,
I
I'm
don't know.
back.
Ah, okay, you're not
Ever so
talking. Yeah, you're
sorry.
back. But I wasn't sure if you were talking or not.
No,
Because I know
sorry, I didn't want
sometimes.
to interrupt anything. I
No
pressed the
problem.
button. I'm still getting used to the new technology.
Yep,
It's all
that's
dead
normal.
new. So
Yeah,
Omar, you got your ride here?
I can get hold of a ride, I dare say. If I haven't got one, I can get one.
You're gonna get one right away. Yeah.
Yeah,
you can steal a car, no problem.
I've got a Twaka car, really.
Yeah.
Harriet,
What
you
type of
got
car do you
Tommy on the
want?
phone yet?
Yeah, I'm dialing Tommy.
Don't
What
I
are you
have
doing at this time? It's
don't I have car contacts or anything like that? I don't mind stealing a car though. I'd rather not do it with a shotgun. I'd rather be a bit more subtle than that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you, you
let's
can't
not
you
bring
can't
any
do it
heat.
in the
Let's not steal
neighborhood,
nothing.
no.
Let's
right?
take a
Right
taxi.
now you can let's use your 18 and you get a car right now.
So
Someone
I can just. You want me to roll or?
no, you already rolled it, so
Oh, fair enough.
let's use that one.
Okay, yeah, I'm down with that.
So this
So
is
it's so,
9:30 or something like that. So you're
so if
probably
it's 9:30, I'm sleeping.
okay.
Then you're gonna wake up.
Yeah. With
Hey,
hello.
Tommy, this is Harriet.
Harriet, what time is it?
9:30, but it doesn't matter. We need you. We have a job for you. Can you please come to my place?
Yeah, give me a couple of minutes. Just have to wake up. And then I put down the phone. I fall asleep for a couple of minutes and then I wake up again and remember that she called me. I stand up, open the fridge, don't find anything interesting, close the fridge, look around. Don't have anything even to drink, so I just put my coat, grab my stuff, and go outside.
You are also living nearby, so you won't take long. So you are. Meanwhile, I suppose that you're going out, right?
Sorry? What?
No, to us. What's the plan, Leroy?
pardon me, I was unmuted. The
Yeah,
plan?
yeah, no
Well,
problem.
once Tommy gets over here, we can scope out that restaurant. Maybe go find Bill. Lois, where Bill at?
Um, he's probably working right now.
Okay. I assume
Is
she gives us
anyone
the address.
staying
Is it a
with?
Radio Shack or a restaurant or somewhere we can kind of go in and just kind of drop a
Yeah,
heavy question on him?
he works in a restaurant. Yeah, and
All right.
near. And this is Park Lane, right? Park Lane. Yeah,
Park Lane.
All right.
somewhere in Park Lane.
Why don't we just have a cup of coffee and chill a little bit until Tommy gets here?
Okay, Tommy
So I'm
won't.
gonna do the woman's gonna do the coffee. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's
yeah,
my house also. So
yeah.
So we're
Okay.
all at
Meanwhile,
Harriet's house.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Is anyone going to stay and look after the girl or anything, or are we going to leave her at your place? Or sorry if you've already discussed that.
No, we
no,
haven't.
they haven't.
It's probably best if she does stay here, get some
Yeah,
sleep.
cool. Does she want looking after? Anyone sitting with her or anything? Are we taking care of this ourselves? I take it.
Well,
Lois, dear. Lois, dear.
meanwhile, Tommy is
Chunk, 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 chunk.
That's Tommy.
I'm awake now. It was cold outside a little bit.
Yeah, and I gave him
Is it
a
winter?
cup of
Is,
coffee.
let's pretend it's winter so that
So
the
you can
streets
use
are.
the cool. So you can wear a cool
Yeah,
leather
kind of
jacket.
like a coat, and it's also for mood. The streets
Yeah.
are colder than so.
I gave you a coffee, a mug of coffee.
Thanks. I see. What's her name? Lois.
You see Lois, yeah. And we had a
Okay.
you
feast.
see Lloyd. Yeah, she's
And then we tell you what happened. So something happened to Lois, and Jacqueline is missing.
So you can't. The story is told again. I'm not going to tell it again. Everybody knows it already.
I go near Lois. I kind of sit down or crouch in front of her, grab her hands. Oh, honey, don't worry. We'll find your sister.
Yeah, I hope so. I don't know what happened, but I'm very worried now.
Lois, what do your instincts tell you? You got to cast your mind back to what was going on. Did anything rub you wrong about Wei?
At the
Do I
moment,
need to?
at the
Do I need
moment
to
it
put together a
didn't.
pine box?
But it's no, don't do that. It's maybe
Did you try
maybe
calling him? Why? Maybe he
uh
has something to say. You don't know what happened to him, also.
yeah, I called his home, but he wasn't there. Well, at least no one answered.
Okay.
What about his office?
And I didn't call his office.
Okay. So don't
I
worry.
can't
We'll
call it
take
now.
care. Okay, or give us the number and we'll take care of it. You need to rest.
Okay, she gives you the Way's office number.
Harriet, mind if I use your phone?
Go ahead.
Okay, I call the number and ask for Mr. Wei.
So the person who answers the phone is a woman. She answers as Mr. Way's secretary, and she says Mr. Way isn't in his office at the moment, but
Oh,
you
is he
can.
expected today?
Yes, probably later, but I can keep a message if you want to.
No, I will call again later. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so
Have I got any
what were you?
contacts for the Chinese guys? Would I know anyone in that
Very
sort of
likely, yeah.
field? Very likely or not? Very likely. Cool. Do you want me
Yes,
to roll and see if I can find out some more information?
Yeah, maybe if you maybe know something about Wei himself.
Yeah.
So roll for it and let's
I've
discover
just got
it.
a 21. It was a
Okay.
19. Don't believe it. I'm rolling hot tonight, folks.
So you know more than everybody here. You know that way is probably connected to the Red Dragon Triad, even though
Right.
it's not proven. It's not. You don't have any proof about it, and he's very quiet about it. But he's connected somehow to the Red Dragon Triad. So there's criminal element involved in this.
Right. Okay.
You also know that the restaurant where they were having dinner yesterday is also a front for the Red Dragon Triad. So things make sense like that.
So basically, the restaurant's not to be trusted.
Yeah.
We can't really take anyone's word as anything.
No. Yeah, they will probably lie about it anyway. So it's whatever you ask them.
I'm wondering if it's worth taking somebody from their hostage. Payback.
No. Don't escalate things. Let's find out what's going on. I'm all fine putting pine boxes in the ground if it's called for, but let's not.
Besides the Chinese, they don't care about that, right?
Probably not. Yeah.
So
Y'all know about the Chicago way, right? We touch one of theirs, then they put one of ours in the ground, right? We got to play smart.
So I don't know about you guys, but I'm curious about what he would have to, why he would take Jacqueline. Doesn't make sense.
To get back at
So-
Harriet.
Yes, but Harriet was there, so why not get back?
Well,
at Harriet?
I'll ask Omar. Does they also trade on girls?
Yeah, he knows that. He knows there's particularly there's one person. She's called Fang. Fang has a nice brothel there, and she's the madam. But you know that the Red Dragon is the brothel belongs to them. She's just a very well paid
Yeah, Jacqueline is
employee.
young and fresh, so maybe they decided to do something sick like that.
It's a possibility, yes.
This deal's getting stinkier by the hour. Goddamn. Dirty bastards.
Okay, so we're not going to stand here just staring at each other.
Yeah.
Let's.
Question: Do any of us have any police allies? Any kind of semi-clean, semi-dirty cops that we know?
I have,
Not me.
I have valets, so it would be that since I was a cop.
I guess Omar certainly knows people there.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking
he's a-
maybe
Yeah.
if we can maybe just make a little phone call, find out if there's anything we should know about the brothel or action with the Chinese that's happened over the last 48 hours.
Man, if I know New York cops like I know New York cops, they're all getting low down scumbags. Goddamn.
You mean Hammetville, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Let's go cop.
don't ruin the immersion. I was trying to work out why my guy's a Texan, but never mind.
Okay, so let me put in some phone calls. Mind if I use the phone again, Harry?
No, go ahead. I can afford the bills.
It's the 70s. We don't have cell phones. It's how did people live at the time? It's like, how
They
can
have
we live
landlines.
without a mobile? It's like, what's in my hand? I don't know
No,
what
I've
to
just
do with
got
my
visions of Omar just turfing people out of phone boxes.
Yeah.
You're on my line, boy.
I call my old partner detective from the precinct. So
What are you looking for?
yeah, if there's anything happening with triads, organized crime, anything came up in the last couple of days.
Nothing out of the ordinary, just usual stuff.
Okay, I tell him that I have a possible missing person that I'm investigating. Okay, I can tell him in character, so it's close to me. It's personal. It's the sister of an ex-girlfriend of mine. So if you can hear, if any informant has something to
So when did
say about it.
she disappear?
Sorry.
When did she went missing?
Yesterday from I tell him the name of the Chinese restaurant, and this
How-
guy
how long?
why
How long do you have to be missing to be a missing person?
48 hours.
I think it's 48 hours, right?
yeah, but I'm asking informally.
Okay, so well, she's not a missing person yet, but you can look around.
Okay. Page me if you if you
You can leave a message by call back to my number, right?
yeah. Oh yeah, that's good.
Are there
Go back to
pages
this.
in 77 already?
There wouldn't have been pagers, but people were able to pay for premium answering
Yeah.
services. Like a human being would come on the line and say, "Do you have a message?"
Oh,
Like you could pay for like premium executive kind of service like that. And Harriet, being a higher end independent, almost certainly would have an answering service.
okay.
What about
Okay, come to
telegrams
this
as
number
well?
if
Is that still not a thing?
Yeah, it's still a thing.
And faxes would have been around as well, I take it. Have you not got a fax machine there?
I don't have a fax machine. Tommy may have one at his
Yeah, in my
When I get hold of a
office.
fax
Yeah,
machine? You want a fax machine?
portable fax machine.
but I can't carry it around with me. Well,
Takes
I
up
can,
the
but
entire trunk of a car.
Yeah, it doesn't work if I'm carrying it around. With
It's
me.
like we're playing
So-
science fiction in reverse.
Exactly. It feels like we've landed in a different planet or something. Okay, so call to this number if you have some information. Okay.
Very well. You'll do it.
So I think our best move is first. Let's go to the restaurant, see if anyone knows or saw anything. We still don't know what happened when she passed out. Maybe some of the employees saw anything or something, and from there, maybe we'll go to that other place.
I'm going to go there and
mentioned.
purposely order drinks. I'm not eating any food.
Tommy, my friend, I think we should hold off on the restaurant for number 2 and number 3. We might just want to put out a few feelers on the street in and around Chinatown. There any black gangs that have dealings with the Chinese? Any alliances? They might know some dirt.
That's a possibility, yeah.
Maybe we should spend maybe an hour or two. They're probably not going to have much business until the noontime rush, and if we go there, it's best if there's a whole bunch of people around.
Okay, so what's the
I say if we're going in
first part
there,
of the
we
plan?
should possibly do it secretly, covertly, rather than us all piling in. We'll sort of
You
go
Oh yeah,
can-
we shouldn't all pile in. That's for damn sure. And I don't want to be there because I might lose it.
get casing the joint, maybe.
Yep.
So
Sounds like
who's
maybe
going to
Harry
do
and
what?
Tommy got a lunch date coming up.
Yeah, but
close-
I want to go in and ask a
Close
couple
by.
of questions. Either way, it will get attention and some reaction. So either way,
Do you want
it's
to
good.
check with Bill just to make sure that Jacqueline didn't just went
Spend the night with him or
with her?
something.
Yeah.
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 How
On
about
the way.
Omar and I go check out Bill, and Tommy and Harriet, you work on the restaurant angle, maybe in street angle. Find out if there's
Okay.
any black gang
Okay.
involvement with the Chinese.
Okay.
And Omar, maybe give me some backup while we go talk to Bill.
Okay, so John,
Meet you
who
back
is-
here at
I
11:30.
can't remember.
Leroy.
Leroy goes check on Bill, right?
Yeah, with Omar.
You gonna back me up, Omar?
Yeah, cool. I'll back you
Area-
up, but can I on the way hustle some of my contacts to see if I've got can get anything else that they might not
100% makes sense.
You know, we may as well kill some birds with stones.
Ari
You
and
driving? I'm gonna
Tommy,
chill in the seat and catch some Z's.
Ari and Tommy are going to the restaurant. That's it.
Yeah, but I got to get dressed first. Well, it's still.
Okay. And while you get dressed, let's start with the other two. So you are driving towards a local restaurant. It's not far, so
The
it's a
Tasty Diner.
tasty diner. It's a quick ride, so it's You wanted to do something, Omar?
Yeah, I'm gonna maybe stop off on the way and see if I can hustle some more contacts, and perhaps maybe get some more lowdown, some more info on people who might know about the black gangs they were chatting about. Perhaps
Okay.
meet some of those guys. Meet
Picture
some
it
of
if
my
you would.
brothers.
Slightly faded colors, right? A crane shot on a half busy New York side street, right? Omar driving whatever kind of car you have, a muscle car, an old
In the nice
VW
music
wagon.
on the background.
Oh yeah,
Right? Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
have
Some
massive
boom
jazz
chicka chicka
song.
wow wow music
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
Right.
Quality wah guitar.
The brakes squeal as you pull up to a corner, and you see one of your boys over there. They're throwing dice, just off the side, piles of money on the ground. Right? They got a couple of lookouts, whistle 50 50 or whatever code word they use. And we're not 50, but they don't know that. And then maybe you recognize a couple of your contacts, or they recognize us.
No, I'll roll for that because that'll be fun. Yeah, I got 16, so that's pretty cool.
It's a good one, yeah. So you find some guy you know.
Yeah, we got Purple Petey. Petey!
You come over and you chat a bit, and
Yeah, maybe roll him up a doobie or something.
so what are you looking for exactly?
I want to know what he knows.
Everything he knows about
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the red dragon.
Well, I'll skin him up a really nice. This stuff is like awesome. It'll proper wipe his little heart out. But he's only going to get it if he gives me something good.
So your friend he says, "Hey, the red dragon. Those guys are dangerous. Don't mess with them. They'll fuck you up. Never mind that. Forget about it. Those guys are
Don't forget
dangerous.
about it. Don't forget about it, kid.
Why not?
They
She's
didn't put hands on family.
she's sister, man. Simple as that. They're
So are you
going
sure?
after my kin, man. They're going after my blood. I get
Are
really
you,
aggressive at this point.
are you sure about that?
And I'm like, yeah, man, we got to do something. He's trying to convince me to forget it.
Well, the most likely thing, they probably are planning on how do you say that? Prostituting her. That's not the word you would use, but it's,
Yeah,
yeah.
I get the
Trafficking.
gist.
Trafficking.
They have a whorehouse there. It's a nice place. It's an expensive place.
You got a name?
Yeah, the owner, or the manager, or whatever. She's called Fang.
You happen to
She's
know?
also a dangerous one.
You happen to know a cat named Billy dating my sister Jacqueline? You know who Jacqueline is?
Jacqueline, yeah, she's a good looking one. Yeah. Sorry.
I'll just give him a bit of stink eye. What about her side piece, her main piece, or a piece I ain't met yet, Bill?
Yeah, it's just a piece of shit.
He works over at Tasty Diner.
Yeah, he's a dishwasher. No one of importance.
He owe anyone any money? He in pocket
Probably,
to
yeah.
anyone?
He probably owes money to a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What
think
what
so.
about these Red Dragon motherfuckers? He owe them any money?
Yeah, probably not. He would be dead by now if you owe them money. But
You
Who's
owe
got
money?
action with you?
What's-
You got a
what-
name? We
what's-
can maybe go
put the
talk to him.
frighteners on Petey. Put the frighteners on this guy? Or is he just like he knows the reputation that they've got, or
The reputation of what? Sorry, I didn't.
of the Red Dragons?
Everybody knows their reputation.
Everyone's right. Okay.
Is
They are
PD
pretty
reliable,
famous.
or is he sometimes someone who gives bad information depending on who's paying him? What's his reputation like? What do we know about him? Can we trust him?
Probably not.
Okay. Then I would imagine with my appearance and my burns, is there a specific skill in the game, intimidation?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
absolutely.
intimidation.
We'll mark that down as one of my skills here then. And if possible, if it can be based off of intelligence, I don't know if that's possible or not with words and strategies. And I'll just spin a little story about how last time a fellow really did me wrong and gave me bad information about family. I ended up having to buy a brand new knife because the last one chipped into pieces on him. And I'd hate for that to happen now. And I ain't making no threats or nothing. I'm just elucidating past events and how
I
they might
didn't see
unfold into
that,
the
but he's
future.
face down in the mud, but no
Yeah,
guts.
that's a brains plus intimidation.
All right, we'll roll. I fucking rolled a 1.
Oh, brilliant. Awesome.
Okay,
You
so that wasn't intimidating anyway.
No.
For some reason,
You're
maybe
actually scared of him.
yeah, the guy
I probably realized halfway through I slurred a couple of words or said something.
he just fell silent and is looking at you and looking at him. Well, I think this conversation is over.
I'll just hang my head. I know when I'm done.
He ain't getting the joint.
Well, anyway, Omer had a nice roll when he found this guy, so
You get the hammer
can
next
count
time
on
that
that.
comes up a 1.
No, it
Now
was
it's-
Tommy.
now Tom is gone. Okay, so let's keep with you guys. I know Tom is back.
Tommy's coming back.
Okay, so meanwhile, Harriet and Tommy, you head into Chinatown, and it's still early, but you mean to go have lunch at the restaurant, right?
Yes, but maybe before we can shop around. When I mean shop around, just have a look at the streets. Is Wayne's office in Chinatown also?
It is, yes.
Okay, so maybe I'll suggest, if we have time, to suggest to Tommy if he wants to just look at the place,
Yeah, I can drive around a bit.
see if there's anything wrong going on there, anything weird.
Okay, so you walk around, not walk. You drive around for a bit. Everything seems calm and peaceful, and people start giving you looks. And because of obviously you don't belong here. This is Chinatown, even though people walk around here, but it's always kind of awkward.
Yeah, we are not going to be discreet, so let's be ostentatious about it. I'll just park the car.
I'm good at
In-
being ostentatious, yeah. So if
Yeah.
it's winter, I'm wearing a fur coat.
Okay, so
So,
you are showing off, so it's yeah.
Okay.
People are looking.
I'll park the car in front of or as close by as I can to the restaurant entrance, and we'll head on there.
There's a Chinese guy at the door. He's cleaning the windows.
Are you open?
He answers in Chinese, and then he says, "Yes, yes, 10 minutes."
Good. Actually, I didn't have any breakfast this
Me
morning. when
neither.
we called. Okay, so let's start with breakfast.
Okay, so you can come in. They aren't. The kitchen is not open yet, but you can come in. Everything is.
Whatever
In
you
order.
do, you never ever order the cream of some young guy.
Okay. Order coffee.
Have you guys ever heard of something called rat shit coffee? It's a real world coffee. It's civet cat coffee. There are these critters. They look like a raccoon or a cat mixed together. They live in the jungles of Southeast Asia. They eat coffee cherries. And they can't digest the coffee bean, and it goes through their digestive system.
Yeah.
and the enzyme, there's a chemical process, and it comes out in their feces. They harvest the coffee beans from their shit, clean them, process them.
I
It's the
remember
world's
this.
Yeah.
most
It's
expensive coffee.
really
Yeah,
expensive.
there's a movie they make. What is the bucket list, right? With
Oh yeah,
Jack
that's it.
Nicholson and Morgan Freeman. That the guy is eating. Morgan Freeman is just laughing at him.
My
Yeah,
mom
that was in
dated a
the
fellow
bucket
for a
list.
few years. He was a Vietnam War vet, and he was a quarter Japanese, and he of course he had ties to Viet culture because he served there. He took her to a restaurant where she tried that. She said, "John, I was bouncing off the walls. It made me high. Like it was so strong." She said everything was vibrating and just.
Yeah, it's probably what they do to yeah, how they kind of digest the coffee. I would
That'll be
try
those
it. Well, why
enzymes.
not? It beats
Okay.
eating babies.
Can you imagine? You get a nice hunk of Kasumarzu cheese and then Wretched coffee.
Is that what it's branded as? I'm just picturing the promo adverts for that.
It's a street
No.
name, Wretched coffee. It's Civet coffee or their brand name, but the cat is called
Yeah.
a Civet, Civet.
Maybe some tea instead. Okay. Some
I'm
some
I'm
some
checking
coffee.
it. Copy Uvac or Luvac. I'm not sure. I remember that's what he called it. He called
Yeah.
it copy something. Yeah. Okay. So after a while, 5 minutes or something, there's a waitress, and you can ask for rat shit coffee or something else. Maybe not.
Some
Probably not.
coffee. Whatever they have for breakfast. Coffee,
I don't think
pancakes.
they have
I don't
breakfast
know.
in a.
Yeah, they don't have, but you can.
We
You
can have some
can.
dim
Crabs.
sum, some
From
Some
starters.
Chinese,
some
yeah,
crabs,
some
dumplings.
Chinese bread and some dumplings and some.
Yeah, whatever. I don't
That's kind of a breakfast. Yeah.
Breakfast food, 2 leg, no 4 leg breakfast, 2 leg only. You have chicken.
When she returns with the order, I'll sip a little bit of the coffee. I'll give her my card, uh, and I ask her. I'd like to ask you a couple of questions.
She looks at the card and then looks at you. Questions?
Yes.
Ask.
I'm looking at a missing person. She was here yesterday, having dinner with this girl Lois. And wait, is he the owner of this restaurant? Do I know, or is he just a customer? This is out of character.
You don't know if it's the owner or
Okay.
not.
And Mr. Way. The three of them were eating here yesterday.
Yeah,
And they're
Mr. Way
actually-
was here.
Yes. Do you remember the girls he was with?
Plitty girls. Mr. Way always dines with plitty girls.
Yes. Mr. Way's good taste. Did something happen? They all disappeared.
No, Mr. Way not disappeared.
Where is Mr. Do you know where is Mr. Ways?
No. But Mr. Way was here. He dined and then he left.
What
What about
about
the
the
girls?
girls?
Yeah, they left. And
All
taxi
of them
took
left. And
I think taxi took them.
okay. Who called for the taxi? Was it the
Mr.
restaurant?
Way.
Or?
Mr. Way.
Mr. Way. Mr. Way. Okay. Did
What
Mr.
was
Way
name
enter
of
the taxi?
coffee, Miguel?
Did he also enter the? Sorry.
Did you
What
ask
was the
something?
name of the brothel? Did we get that?
No, it's just Fang's brother. No, there's not really a name.
There's no
Probably
other
there's
name for it.
there's a Chinese name. Yeah, there's a Chinese name, but I didn't have a name here, so
Maybe the
No
street name
worries.
is Fang's Funhouse.
Fangis.
Okay. Did Mr. Way and go with them on the taxi or?
no. Mr. Way has his own car.
Okay.
I mentioned the lady's name to the lady.
Sorry.
I'll mention the lady's name with the brothel. I'll just say, does that name ring any bells? What does her
But you're
face
not.
do?
Yeah, but you're John, right? It's just me. It's just me and
Ah,
Harriet. That's the
oh,
Yes,
restaurant.
It's
one of
just
Yeah.
us two. Yeah, right now it's
I'm not
just us two.
there. Shit.
Yeah,
Oh well.
we split up. You went to
Yeah.
to
That's right.
Billy.
Fair enough.
So okay, I'll
Forget it then.
But that's an idea. Do you want to do that? Or probably better not.
no for now.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's just finish the coffee and I'll call the taxi company.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. See if any taxi was the taxi company. Yeah, the Emmettville taxi company.
Yeah,
Luckily,
there,
this is not New York.
yeah. There is the
Oh,
possibility
there are several. There are several. This
if
is a
the
big city, not as big as New York, but it's also a big city.
yeah. I don't know if she's telling the truth, but if she is, maybe they were not drugged here.
She could be confused. I tell Harriet. Well, if she, I tell Tommy, if she was drugged, she may be a bit confused and
Yeah.
doesn't know
Well,
exactly, or the drug didn't have effect right away.
yeah. Well, let's check with the taxi company and
Did she told us exactly the what was the alley she was left in, or she said it was just an alley right in
Yeah,
Chinatown?
she didn't really know where she was, but
Okay.
she wasn't far from the restaurant, so it should be somewhere around.
Okay. After we finish the coffee, I'll go. We can go outside. Or is there a phone booth here in the restaurant?
There's a phone book.
I need a payphone. Okay, I'll go to a payphone.
Do you have the coins?
Yeah, I have some quarters, of course.
Yeah.
I'll put a quarter in and to call the. I probably have some contact in the taxi company. Some guy. I call.
So you call a taxi company that works in this area, and it tells you that so you are looking for some service in this place, right?
Yeah, that came here at approximately until the hour to pick up two girls.
The guy tells you no, that you have nothing.
No, no taxes here. Came
Nope,
here.
nothing.
Okay.
No one went there.
Okay. Thank you. I'll
Keep
return
in
to
mind,
the
if I may add, that it could have been that Mr. Fang could just snap his fingers and a waiter went out and actually hailed a taxi physically instead of lodging a call to order a taxi, right?
Yeah, but I'm not sure how it works. Wouldn't that also be registered in the?
That depends on whether or not it's a legit taxi driver or if he's off meter doing
Yes,
just private work.
and it's the 70s, so it's not. Yeah.
So the guy probably isn't even on meter, right?
Yeah. Okay. So.
You were calling them
Yeah,
as
he
a
doesn't have
visitor.
a GPS and say where he goes and where he ain't. There's no control.
Okay, I go back to the table. Taxi company has nothing.
Yeah, of course not. They're probably lying. They're not gonna tell us the truth.
We might want to find out if someone wants to make $20. Stop by, maybe offer a small bribe.
I want to pay attention to the waitress and see if she's reacting to my questions or if it was just casual. If she's talking to someone or if I notice something about her behavior.
She may
Try and catch her in a lie.
she may have done something. She may have talked to someone because she went away for a while.
Yeah,
So
I was considering bribing them, but I think if they are so afraid of the red triad, if they would be bribable.
No, probably
you think
not.
so.
Yeah.
Probably not. But I'm hoping that this will draw attention and someone will come to us. Maybe something like that.
Well, in that case, I think we can ask about if Mrs. Fang used to go also comes to the restaurant.
Mrs. Fang.
Okay.
Mrs. Fang, yeah, let's go with Omar's idea. Make sure that we call attention.
She says yes, sometimes.
Was
How,
she here
how,
last night?
No, 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 no. Last night.
does she seem scared when Mrs. Fang's name's mentioned or anything?
No, she's just casual.
Okay.
We are gonna get nothing out of these damn shinks.
We'll go
Oh, you can't
to.
say that.
Gotta go to.
That's
Go to
terrible.
Gonna
I'm
have
saying
to
this in
find the
character.
shotgun.
Okay, I know, but
We'll.
you're definitely going off of YouTube
Yeah.
with that.
How
We'll.
many?
We're not monetized. That's the that's the
Yeah,
lucky.
no,
We'll.
we'll
How
never
We'll pay
be.
smart
a
do I
visit.
look, Miguel? Do I look
What?
like an executive sort of dude, or am I just like a
No,
stinking street rat?
you don't look like an executive at all.
I don't look. I don't look like the sort of guy who could afford Mrs. Feng's wares.
Well, it could maybe. That's possible. Even though
Can
you
I
don't
get
look
hold
like.
of the funds to get hold of Mrs. Feng's wares?
Yeah, that's another thing. That's a different thing. Maybe you
Is
can,
that a
but then
roll
you,
or
yeah. Uh,
yeah?
I think should be streetwise again. I suppose you have
It's
to.
16, dude.
I suppose you have to ask someone for the funds, right?
I've just rolled a 16.
16. Okay. Yeah, that will be enough for one
Bit
of the
disappointed because
cheapest
that's my
ones.
lowest roll tonight.
Yeah, but that's it will be enough for one of the ugly girls.
Yeah, that's all I want. One of the really ugly ones. So she's
Yeah, well,
dead.
they don't have really ugly ones, just the not really attractive ones.
So, Harriet, I think I would like to pay a visit to Mr. Way also.
Do you want me to go with you? Or probably not. I just got an idea. I could try to get in. I don't know what type. Well, would I be able to offer my services at Mrs. Fang to get inside?
Your services.
My services, yes.
I'm not.
I'm a call girl, so
Yeah, I know, but you have your own business, and well, I don't know.
You can go
I
also
mean,
as a client.
you can go as a
Wants to
client.
branch out, mate.
no. I'm thinking about like the is she looking for girls? How it is if I could
Ah, okay.
get
Try.
into to try.
Okay, that's possible. Okay. Meanwhile, you were where were you going, Omar? And
Well, I'm off to Mrs. Fang's to get an ugly girl just to have a word, but under the pretense that I'm looking for business.
but you were going somewhere, right? You weren't going
Weren't you
somewhere.
going to talk to Billy?
Yeah,
They
that's it.
already talked to Billy or not? No, they
Yeah,
didn't find
No,
Billy. Yeah,
no,
yeah.
they just
They talked with the guy on the street. Yeah.
yeah. Well, okay. So you eventually arrived to the restaurant, and Bill is there. He was washing dishes, right? And he doesn't. Apparently, he doesn't know what happened. So he asks, "Why are you looking for him?" Well, first of all, who are you? Because he doesn't know who you are. I think he might know. He probably. I'm not sure. He could know the. He could know. Oh, I can't remember
Leroy.
his name. Leroy's. He could know Leroy maybe because he's dating his sister, but well, let's say he doesn't know him.
Yeah, but he doesn't know anything anyway. So
Yeah,
it's
no, he doesn't know anything. Yeah, that's true. So,
okay. So we'll leave him there.
I'll
If he's not,
introduce myself as Jacqueline's older brother. It's Tommy is his name, right?
Billy.
Bill.
Billy. I'm sorry, Billy. So Billy, how long you been dating my younger sister? She ain't told me about you.
Yeah, he looks a little bit worried about this. Sir, it's not that long, just a couple of weeks, maybe more, maybe a month.
You got any business with them Chinese?
No, 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 no,
Don't lie to me.
no, 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 no. I have no business with no one. I work here.
That's God damn. I guess I'm going to get to have some fun. I'll start cracking my knuckles, kind of open up my collar, show off a couple of burns. Not pointedly, but just kind of loosen my collar and kind of do a couple of stretches with my arms, kind of chop my hands around a couple of times. Word on the street is you owe money to quite a lot of people. You ain't got action with the Chinese. Your debt might have been sold. So I'm going to ask you one more time.
Roll for it.
Okay.
Not a 1.
A 12.
Okay, 12. It's good. He's scared. He's scared. He says, "Well, no, but I know something."
Well, then I'll sit down all casual, like we're suddenly
Spill the
great friends.
beans, kid.
I may know
Spill those
something.
goddamn beans.
Oh, I wish you'd opened with that. I guess I'll give you a pass this time. It's the only one you're getting. Pray tell, what do you know?
I heard about Wei really, really wanting your sister back.
Lois.
Yeah, Lois, not the other one. And he's a
Just want to be
dangerous
sure
man.
in case there's some dirty business going on.
He's a very dangerous man. Maybe he's doing this one as a revenge.
Revenge for what? For Lois not dating him?
Yeah, she dumped him.
Oh.
Maybe you don't know that part, but she dumped him, and she dumped him several times since then. And the guy was pretty mad about it.
Did she cause him to lose face? Was it a public dump? You know how them.
No, not really. Probably isn't used to that kind of thing. Women usually don't dump
Is
it,
this
so.
you just kind of reaching out into the clouds, picking ideas out, or do you actually know there's a little bit of substance to this? Be careful
no,
when you answer this question.
I have nothing. I have nothing else. Just suspicions.
Suspicion.
This is what I know
Suspicion,
about.
the kind of suspicion you have in the morning with a hangover and stale joints out of the ashtray, or suspicion as if you heard shit.
I heard something.
Clear it up for me.
Yeah, I know. He's very angry about this.
Alrighty.
He said he told that to people, not to me, of course. I don't know him.
I'll reach out then and say thank you very much. I'll reach out to shake his hand and then kind of fake him out with I'm not really going to hit him. I'm going to fake him out with a sudden wah, just a little wah right up by his ear, and then slide back into a handshake. That was your free pass.
He's scared, very scared.
I'm looking at this kid with daggers. Like, keep trying to keep my cool. I don't know whether I should roll because I am homicidal.
I'll lean over and pat Omar on the shoulder. Don't worry, Omar. You're going to get to put some bullets into someone at the end of the day.
I'm not after shooting him. I was after just just let him rip, really, on his face.
You want to tenderize a side of beef.
Yeah, pretty much. Make I don't know, sushi out of his nose.
No, that's Japanese, not Chinese.
I'm moving towards knives and eyeing up knives and letting him know I'm looking at knives.
Well, you're in the kitchen, so there's plenty of knives there.
Hey, Billy, you got any good steak knives in the joint? Give my friend here a steak knife.
Why, he starts shaking. Why do you want a knife?
Well, the knife's not for you. The knife's for a side of beef later on. I ain't asking again. 10.
Okay. He goes
9,
to a drawer and he brings several
8,
knives.
7, 6, 5.
I'm going to cut one of his fingers off, man. I just can't help it. I'm going to cut one of his fingers off.
No, are you not?
I'll be losing it round about now.
Okay, so you pick up a knife.
I'm just
going to grab his hand and just hack off a finger.
Okay.
Do I roll or not?
No, not really.
Yeah, literally just. I'm cutting through like that. It's like
you pick up a knife. Those knives are very, very good knives.
And I'm just cutting sharp. Through slowly.
And the guy is screaming.
Slowly
I know it sounds.
I'll stop him screaming. He won't be
I'll
screaming,
intervene
he's gonna
if
take
he's
it.
doing it slowly. I'll intervene if I can snatch the knife handle or
Yeah.
pull Billy
Well,
away or
then do a roll for that.
okay. I rolled an 18. I don't know what I'm adding to it, if anything.
No.
So you will.
Omar, chill out, dude. He's half family. He's dating Jacqueline.
Okay, man. Just because you call it like that, but this kid and these lies, man. He's
God
got me crazy.
damn. Is he
So
bleeding badly? If I've
you
got some
chop a
money, if
bit
I got a
of
roll
roll.
of bills, I'll pull out
He
the money.
still he still has a finger. You acted quickly, but there's a big cut on his finger.
What kind of money does Leroy have? Like if I just spill out a couple of $100 to him to pay for it, will that be okay? Or
Well,
do I have that kind of bread?
Yeah, probably not.
No.
Most of your business is free. You're teaching kids for free, so it's not really.
Yeah, you're trying to help kids.
I'm
So
sorry, kid.
Billy should learn some martial arts.
I just chuck him a
Yeah.
rag or something off the side and say, "Clean yourself up, kid, and dry those fucking tears." God damn.
Omar, angry today.
Yeah,
I'm always angry. I'm always angry, man, when I'm listening to bullshit. God damn it. Let's get out of here before I tear this joint apart.
everybody is getting out of your way.
Does
People
does
work here.
Leroy have a vice? Is that part of the system? Are they
Oh yeah,
pre-selected?
they weren't in this case. No,
Okay.
I forgot to tell you to tell you about that. Yeah, you should
Well,
have
I was
a.
going to choose Wrath anyway because it fitted my homicidal
I guess you
drawback.
have wrath, right?
Yeah. Well, I have greed.
I'll have to think.
Well, Tom, you obviously has pride.
What are I forget? I'm not greed, pride, wrath,
Envy, lust,
Sloth.
sloth.
Lust.
lust.
There's always one that I'm missing. Gluttony. That sometimes you use for drugs.
Wrath.
Envy. I think the
Envy.
one.
Looks after
Envy.
her.
Exactly. Envy. Yeah. I always forget envy. That's poor envious people.
Right, pride's the one I always forget.
I guess Leroy will be pride. He's proud that he's seen things other people haven't, and maybe he thinks that gives him a sense of expertise or wisdom beyond what is actually tenable. Okay. We should probably, Omar, head back to Harriet. It's getting on 11:30, and we'll see what they came up with. Yeah.
Go. I need to get out of this place, man.
Before some real damage get done.
God damn.
Okay, so you guys are going to meet somewhere, right?
Yeah, it's my place probably
Yeah,
because
back at
that's
Harriet's,
where my
11:30.
lobby is. Yep.
Okay, so after lunch, you all meet.
But first, I wanted to go to Way's
Yeah,
office.
you want to go to
Oh,
a.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so in the way, you go to Way's office. There's a secretary there, but according to what she says, Mr. Way is not here today. Who should I announce, or who should I?
When was
I
the
give
last
her
time
Not
anyone
announce because
saw
it's not
Mr.
there.
Way?
I give her my card.
She tells you, well, I will tell Mr. Way that you were here, and if he wants to call you, he will call you.
Question: Is her English like native speaker level good, or is she like primarily used to dealing with Chinese speakers and English is kind of a so-so with her? Like, what's the feel?
She can speak English correctly, but she probably usually only in that place she probably handles only Chinese.
Does she look like she might have been a working girl that aged out of the game and is loyal to the family and is now in a secretarial
Well,
position? Or
she's good looking, but she's not too old, so maybe it's possible.
okay. Does she have any unusual signs of aging or stress? You know, crow lines around her eyes or a hard line along her mouth that might indicate that she is perhaps been impressed into service. I'm looking to read to see whether or not like she's just a happy person doing a job, or is she kind of like a fearful secretary. She's kind of been forced to do this. What's the read on her? Did any kind of any
She
sense of
seems,
wretchedness from her?
no, she seems a regular person doing her
Okay.
job. Nothing out of the usual.
So we are meeting back at Harriet's now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're back. You're back at Harriet's house, and she
Is still there?
Lloyd Silt, yeah, she's there.
Lois, yes.
She was sleeping.
One more thing before going. Just one more thing before going back to Harriet's. I want to walk around. Just quickly walk around the area of the restaurant and the alley. See if I see some homeless people or something. Maybe someone saw something yesterday, and
Okay, so,
someone getting into a cab or not getting into a cab or being dropped off at an alley. I'll do some legwork.
let's do a search roll.
I'll tell Harriet that I will meet up in a bit. I have investigation. Can it be
Yeah.
investigation?
Roll, and I'm going to feed the cat.
Okay.
I've just had
So
a plan, Sylvia. If you want to go in to this brothel, I will vouch for you if you like. We'll do it as a front.
Spinning off of that, Harriet might want to approach them in the sense of like maybe you're scouting for talent that they want to get rid of. Like you got any second stringers you want to get rid of?
Yes, exactly. That would be
That
a good
way you
idea.
could get a tour around. They might show you all the goods, right? I think that's a good angle for you to maybe take.
Yeah.
I mean, we're backing you up. We're like the hired help.
Yeah, that could make sense. I think I'm gonna while the cat is being fed, I'm gonna do a quick toilet run. I always drink too much water while I'm playing.
I'm eating too much while I'm
Yeah.
playing.
No, me just I drank almost.
No,
No.
you're just drinking. Good lord, that's a lot of water. Is
Yeah,
that
and-
good. Used to be vodka for me. Fuck. Don't do that anymore.
I was thinking about that, but I thought no, better not.
What, vodka or water?
But either really, I'm quite happy with crisps.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab a cola though.
Okay, I fed the cat.
That was quick.
Actually, by the way, vodka means literally little water.
Really?
Yes, it's the literal translation of vodka.
I know that in Gaelic or Scots Gaelic, I can't say, like the English word whiskey comes from a Scots Gaelic or whiskiac or some fucked up thing like that. And it means water of life.
Yeah, in Russian, vodka is little or small water, whatever you'd like to. And I'm not sure which is the more appropriate, but it's like
Aguinha.
yes, it's aguinha. It's like small water.
What is the common spirit drunk in Portugal? Like the Russians have vodka, the Portuguese have port wine. Is that
Aguardente.
Aguardente.
Aguardente is like it's like aquavit, like
Fire
Scandinavian
water.
aquavit. Yeah. And
so
it's
kind of is it a grain? Is it made from a grain or a fruit?
It depends. I think it can
There
be
are
done by
several
different.
types.
There are several here. Usually it's
Sugar cane, usually, isn't it?
Uh,
Sugar cane.
also
Our
yes.
our version, if I'm not mistaken, is made from side products of wine production.
Yeah, it's usually
Yes,
yeah, but
but it can be made
he's thinking about Madeira, so
Madeira. Yeah, in Madeira. And for
Yeah.
example, I had a neighbor that used to do his own, and it was made from figs.
Ooh,
Wow.
that sounds nice.
That sounds
Yeah.
great.
The Hungarians make an apricot
figs, I think
and
it's
pear
more.
wine called palinka. And the Bulgarians have rakia, different things like that.
And we just drink copious amounts of whiskey, I think, in the UK, really.
Yeah, but we don't drink that much aguardent here. I think most people,
Yeah,
Well,
it's
people
older
Mm,
people.
old people,
yeah.
yeah.
Older
Well,
people.
whenever we go to, sometimes when we go to my grandmother's house, she has a bottle of goods actually, and she always tries to make Miguel drink it.
Madeira,
If you,
everyone's making their own, I think, pretty
Yeah.
much.
if you
It's
go
all
like
I'm
homemade.
curious, in Portuguese culture, for example, is it considered a manly drink, or are there manly drinks and womanly drinks? And like, if a woman drinks that, oh my God, is anything like that?
A
Yes.
bit.
not really.
But
Not
it
really.
depends of the. But it depends of the families. In my family, people, women drink a lot. Well, from my mother's side, from my father's side, no. It's like, oh no. But men also don't. In my father's family, they don't drink heavy liquor. In my mother's
Okay.
family, yes. So it depends.
Isn't there
One of
one
the
with red wine, black beer, and an egg that the fishermen drink? I've forgotten what that has got a funny title, but my mum ordered one of those once, and the locals were like, what the hell is she doing drinking that? Because the fishermen drink it. Really, it's like their breakfast when they come in off the boat.
That
I
sounds
would
kind of
ask
gross.
I would ask the same
It's
thing,
horrible.
but no, it's just because it's gross. It's not
Yeah,
because
it sounds
it's
gross.
like what is that?
Well, you never
Doesn't
heard
sound.
of it. Is that not a thing in because they drink that in Madeira?
Yeah, that's probably just
Maybe it's
Madeira.
like a
Yeah.
specific thing, but
I've forgotten the name of it. It has
well,
such
you
an
have you
evil
have
sound
you
to
have
it.
you have poncha in Madeira, but it's not.
What's the
Poncha.
recipe for that?
It was black beer, red wine that I'm guessing is Madeira wine, so fortified wine,
Yeah, sweet wine.
and an egg.
That
Raw
sounds
egg or
bad.
cooked egg? Like
It's a raw egg just
Either
broken
way,
into
it
the
sounds bad.
they neck
Sounds
flat
hardcore.
when they come back from fishing.
Yeah.
That's what the fishermen drink, and then
Well,
they
I
play
know here
games
in
all day.
the
Yeah,
traditionally
I think it's called crow's foot or something like that.
pet
Yes,
corvo.
Pet
that's
cabra. No,
right.
not crow,
No.
not crow. Goat's
Goat's
feet.
foot. Is it
Goat's
goat's
feet.
foot or
Goat.
horse?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Pet cabra in Portuguese.
But
Okay.
my mum.
I never heard about that.
When all
I've
these guys
never
were
heard
like,
about that
what's she
either.
doing drinking that?
It's probably a local thing.
Yeah, it's probably a local costume. I never heard about that. Well, poncha, yeah, I know it, and
Poncha. But that's a spirit.
no-
It's like
yeah, but I'm looking. This doesn't look. But looking at this, and this is probably a bar. It doesn't look bad. Looks like a
A
cocktail.
cocktail.
Yeah.
A cocktail that you're gonna try now, because we don't have. I don't think we have Madeira wine or black
Perhaps.
Called
beer.
licor beirao.
Oh yeah, that's
that's
very
just
famous.
that's just a herb spiced.
Okay, I
kind
thought
of
it was
a brand.
eggs in a cup here.
No, that liquor better. It's kind of a spiced brand.
Yeah, we actually have a lot of drinks.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah.
a lot of liquors.
Well, Portugal is a big wine producing country.
Yes,
so,
also,
It's
yeah.
huge, isn't it?
Yeah. So
And spicy pork products as well. Here in Canada, there's a lot of Portuguese immigrants, second, third, fourth generation, especially from the Azores
Hmm.
and in Toronto. And there's all kinds of Portuguese bakeries everywhere. We got one here called Nova Era. They got these wonderful little fried dumplings with beef inside. They're really, really nice.
I've not heard of
So-
that. That sounds really good, though.
So
Have it-
wine and drinks is we have a drinking culture. So
Yeah, in the food culture.
yeah,
Um,
but we don't.
UK,
We usually don't. We kind of learn to drink. So it's not like like drink until you're wasted, kind of just to get drunk. It's more
It's
like
a very civilized kind of
Yeah, it's
pastime.
like
It's
in a
not
way for
unusual.
normal
appreciating,
for a
savoring
normal
the drink.
Portuguese guy. Well, depends. Probably younger people don't do that much. Well, it depends. But it's normal to have at least a half bottle of wine for lunch every day,
Mhm.
or one or two beers.
Right. Is there any kind of cultural practice similar to the Spanish siesta in the heat of the day? Because the climate must be very similar.
No, I think only in Alentejo because it's the driest
Yeah,
part. Well, I do
Yeah.
it sometimes. I nap, but
No, it's
that's
that,
me.
that that's theirs. But
Yeah.
actually,
yeah.
it's a good practice.
But I
But
think they do it
it's
well.
there.
In Alentejo, they don't do siesta, but they do avoid because it's really hot, and you won't see people in the streets in summer. In
They're always sleeping anyway, so it's
yeah,
just
Yeah,
Have
it gets up to 45 degrees, so it's like
Oh God.
yeah.
yeah.
Have any of you tried American soul food, like Black American soul food? Have you
Oh,
ever had
absolutely.
Yeah.
collard
Gumbo's
greens
and
or
Jabaya and
chitlins with pig intestines and organs chopped up and fried? And
no.
no, no, pig's feet, like pickled pig's feet or barbecued
We
pig's
have
feet.
That
pickles. We
no.
have yeah, we have it here, but I don't know it's pigs. It's cow. My mom likes it. Cow hands. I hate it. I think
Never
What
tried it.
about cow tongue?
No.
Did any?
cow
Yeah.
tongue. Yes,
Yeah.
we
Yes.
get that in the UK, and it comes with like I think it's called chard, and it's like a green rind, and that is absolutely
Oh,
gorgeous.
but we have a thing that maybe would like. It's like ear pig
Yeah,
salads.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. We
yeah.
have
I've
the
heard
ear
of
pig
that. I've heard
salad.
of that.
Yeah.
But that because of the slave history in the United States of America, many Black Americans, even
Yeah.
after slavery, like while during the great period of slavery, they would often just be given scraps. So all the parts of the cows, the pigs, whatever, that you know were not like a nice pork chop and a loin and a rump roast, like the head, the nose, the ears, the feet, the tail, the heart, the lung, all of that, all the offal, it's called
Yeah.
OFFAL, was given, and that was turned into a lot of the meat-based soul foods that Black Americans eat. And the
Well,
Koreans,
sausages
oddly
we get
enough, have a
mouthful.
lot of the same kind of practice. All the organ meat, all the offal. It's wonderful barbecue. Like, you got to be a bit drunk, but it's good.
Yeah.
Sausages have got all that in. We Lincolnshire, where I live, is renowned for its sausages. And my cousin's lad, so he's my second cousin. He will only eat English sausages, and he's German. He's half German,
Oh
and he
my!
won't eat German sausage. He has to have Lincolnshire sausages.
But you guys also have the eat weird parts of the animals, and some we also do it here, but I think it's more in the north. And
Yeah.
Oh, Scotland's
yeah,
crazy.
I'm
They use
yeah,
all the parts of the
yeah,
pig.
we
Yeah.
have a very in Porto. That's a very famous dish that is tripas à moda do Porto. That's
Try
basically
it's try
tribes.
Yeah.
It's tribes.
yeah.
And we have
Try
dobrada. That is what's what to say. Dobrada is the stomach of the sheep or the cow.
the Scottish
Yeah.
eat haggis, right?
Yeah.
Goat's
Yeah,
pig
yeah.
stomach with barley. But in Portugal, right? Because we're all a little bit older. When you guys
Sorry,
were
just because we're talking specifically about meat, but Portugal
yes.
is more a seafood based culture,
Mm.
especially in the more seaside regions and areas,
Makes
like
So
lots
sense.
of
yeah, so
fish.
maybe there's a bit of a difference there. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of fish, lots of seafood. It's very
Is
sea
the main
based.
meat pork, however, though, rather than like seafood and then pork instead of beef?
Depends of of the areas
The
of the
region.
country.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's a lot of beef and also pork. I would say it's a mix.
So tying things back to Retchploitation and the 70s, we're all a little bit same age. We all have a bit of gray hair here and there. In Portugal, when you guys were learning as teenagers or as young adults about the 1970s in the United States of America, what are a couple of the cultural stereotypes that you've pulled away from that? As a North American, I'm a little interested in maybe hearing how some of your images, the movie poster screenshots you have in your mind of 1970s America, what is that like? Like, do you have any particularly favorite movies or songs or videos or images?
For my childhood, it's gonna be hard because I think I only started thinking about that
Hmm.
later.
from
Well,
any time in your life
Yeah.
or
I
now,
can
for
remember
example.
from that time the most popular thing around here was probably Hill Street Blues. I think it was on
Okay.
TV. It was end of the 70s,
Very late
beginning of the
70s, early
80s.
80s. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I
Very
remember
tight
from that time.
pants. Very tight
Yeah,
pants.
yeah.
Tight.
Uh, Maybe Rocky, probably. I remember that when I was-
Did any aspects of 1970s fashion
yeah,
influence Portugal
yeah.
at that time?
Yeah, the what's it called?
The bell
The very
bottoms and the big
yeah,
wide
bell
butterfly
bottoms,
collars.
bell
Now I
bottoms, and
remember.
yeah,
Yeah, I
all that.
remember
I
pictures of
remember
my.
all that.
I remember pictures of my mother and my uncle with this huge EP. Those was probably more also started in the 60s with the huge pants.
Okay.
What I don't remember seeing here was I don't know what's it called, but do you know the TV show The Ropers?
Hmm.
The guy was always wearing a strange suit. It seems like
Oh
it's
yeah,
there's no difference between the pants and the and the upper part. It's all just one suit, one piece. I think a very strange thing.
a one
Um,
piece suit. But I
well,
remember
it's
my
not a
great
suit. It's something that
yeah my great jumper like a jumper.
yeah,
I
something like
remember
that.
my great grandparent used to have some similar, and it was shorts, and you use it in the summer, and it was baby blue. That's why I
Yeah,
remember.
baby blue. Yeah, but it was always that kind of colors. But I don't think that was a thing around here. But those orange colors and
The
very strong colors.
pastels and the
Yeah,
browns and the creams. Yeah.
yeah, that was also the another thing that I don't think I've ever seen here was the lava lamps. I don't think I've ever
Okay.
seen a lava lamp.
What about music,
Did
or
you?
did
Sorry.
did it affect much of the
Yeah,
music?
we had a lot. Yeah, we were very well, especially I don't know before the
After
even
75, yes.
yes,
Before, no, but after 75,
we
yes.
yeah, after when we had the
After the
revolution in
revolution,
75, we just probably we
yeah.
probably had some things before because my grandparents grew up with Sinatra and all that, but after probably everything
There
came
was
in.
there was some
We only had
uh
Coca-Cola in after the
yeah,
revolution, right?
77.
Ooh, I've got to learn more about Portuguese history. I didn't know there was a revolution. Forgive me for my ignorance.
Yeah,
You
you
you can learn
you
about
haven't
it
yet
with our with Wretched with
you
some of our
haven't yet
Wretched
played
scenarios.
the Sisters of the Seven Sins. That one
Okay.
is in 77, and actually I mentioned the Coca-Cola thing.
Yeah.
You know that in Spain they had Franco.
Yeah, yeah. Franco, I know. I didn't know there was a
So
similar situation.
we had a similar one here. So we had like wars, colonial wars in Africa,
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
had a revolution in '74, and actually it was a peaceful revolution. So it was we call it the Carnation Revolution. The symbol is like
Nice.
a rifle with a carnation on top. There's lots of
I'm gonna have to look that up
iconography.
after.
Yeah,
Carnation Revolution.
yeah. So
And
it was like.
Omar, I'm sorry, Joe. I when I was talking there, I kind of cut you off, and you were
No,
about to say
I
something.
was just wondering if they had rationing at all during, because it's like my mum was born at the tail end of rationing, and that was when everyone was starting to embrace a lot of, especially American culture, because it was like rationing was off and things became available. And so, like, consumerism just went pretty crazy. It was like color TV and all that.
I'm
When
not
you
sure if
say
we had rationing exactly. I think I may be mistaken because
Not
I'm
in
the
during
younger
my
one here.
lifetime.
But I think we
Yeah.
had it in a
No,
way,
not in your
unofficially,
lifetimes. I
because
wasn't supposed to
people
do
were
that one.
poor. Because the thing is, people were poor and the country was closed, so
Yeah.
it was really hard to buy things. So I don't think we really
Right.
had rationing. It was just
There was even a problem not having stuff here. It wasn't just that you couldn't
Yeah,
afford it.
yeah, yeah. I get
There
you.
wasn't
yeah.
anything to buy. So it's
Like I
Yeah,
remember
Soviet
my
era, very closed, very
yeah,
yeah.
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 ossified, right? Very stiff and mineralized, right? No
My
changes.
grandmother and my great grandmother they lived together and these were in the 70s, so the my great grandmother was living with my grandparents and like taking care of the house for them, and I think there was a time when they only have a winter coat, the two women. It was a good winter coat, but or one went out or the other did.
Oh,
So it was that
wow.
type of stuff because
Yeah,
things were just expensive. You didn't really
Yeah.
have the rationing.
see, half my family grew up in Hungary, poor after after World War II, right, with the communist takeover. They had the same experiences, right? Everywhere the communist regimes took hold. I shouldn't say only communist, totalitarianism. It comes in many
Yeah,
colors. But yeah,
Yeah,
thank you for the cultural.
in our case and
That's
in
nice to
case
know.
of in Spain, also with Franco, it was not
yeah, but
communism;
I
it was
think after
in the other side of the spectrum. So,
there was an
but yeah,
explosion of consumerism, but not just because people, because things started to get to be available and everybody wanted to buy, and then
Yeah.
there was the thing. So the people that came from the colonies in Africa, they were not so controlled, so they had a lot of access to things that we didn't have. So when they came back, because they were kicked out while the colonies
yeah,
were freed, there was like this cultural shock. Because they were very
yeah,
colorful and people here were very gray and serious, and at the same time they were upset because a lot of them just had to leave their houses and their
yeah. Because
I
they were given lots of well, subsidies and things. They actually had a very good life in the colonies because basically they were put there by the government to do that, to colonize. So
It's called a
when
hardship posting. They get
yeah.
so
gravy. They get extra benefits.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So after the revolution, in '74, they returned. Actually, it's their there's like
They
a
were forced to
nickname for
return.
them,
Yeah,
the os retornados in Portuguese, which means the returned ones. So and there was this, as she was
yeah,
saying, there was this cultural shock
yeah. But they brought
because
because they were a lot more Americanized than us. Because some of them they were like close to South Africa and
I have a question. Maybe this could be a future Red Room podcast idea. Because so much of your work deals with the seedier side of human nature, of course, that means all of your mythology about organized crime, whatever might come in from the West, but the Portuguese context of understanding how organized crime and corruption works, that's absolutely must inform your work when you're presenting your ideas, even if you're hybridizing them with some Western tropes. And I'm wondering if that might be interesting for your audience to learn about. What are some of the particular characteristics about organized crime and corruption, the wretched aspect of life in Portugal? We all know about American corruption because of mass media.
in Portugal historically, I think it's much more to do with smuggling, and there's
yeah.
the
I
trope
think
of the smuggler.
there was a joke. There was a movie director that's a Portuguese movie director that said that criminals or policial movie in Portugal needed to be a comedy because
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah,
Our
now it's
organized crime is
different.
ridiculous,
Yeah,
but
All the police are paid off, yeah?
something like that.
no,
Yes, it could be that. Yeah,
no,
also, but the
they became
criminals
more
themselves.
violent when with the Brazilians and
Yeah,
the mafias from Eastern Europe when they moved into Portugal.
I
Then
would
it
say that
became a lot more violent. Before,
the most famous Portuguese criminals are conmen.
Oh,
So it's
yeah,
yeah.
okay.
something.
and I can tell you
With
that my great grandfather, the one that had the blue baby, he basically started his life selling lottery, and after that he just had a number racket, like an illegal number racket that he passed to
yeah,
my
yeah.
to his son, and it's like absolutely normal, It's not like
Yeah.
It's like a petty fraud, con
yeah,
man,
Hungary
smugglers.
is the same, I've been told, right?
Yeah.
Just the
You also
Hungarian
have
character, but also
it's
some of the gypsy
something
yeah,
characters.
that something that it's quite also a cultural shock maybe from someone from North America is kind of, for instance, drugs.
Hmm.
It's very different attitude to drugs here. We don't criminalize
Yeah,
drugs
I
here.
learned about that. It was recently, at least, I'm 50, in the last 10, 20 years, recently decriminalized. And apparently there's been great success. Yes?
Yeah, but even before that, we never had we never criminalized the use of
Okay.
drugs, the simple
just the
possession of
traffic.
drugs.
Yeah.
It was never a crime, but now it's decriminalized. So we don't have all that problems associated with that
What a blessing.
criminality.
That's a
Well, you
blessing
still
for you.
had when you had the junkies in the 90s that were trying
Yeah.
to assault people with a needle and say, "Yeah, you got
Yeah,
AIDS,
but
give me your
but
money, or I'll shoot
that's
you."
that's like petty crime. I mean,
Yeah,
not like
Organized
it's
crime.
Well, I was once also
Yeah,
robbed
organized crime is
with a
very
meal.
disorganized here, I
Yeah,
would
Are
say.
are there any Roma or Gypsy or Pikeys from that movie for Joe in Portugal? Any
yeah,
Roma? Is there a Roma
yeah,
tradition?
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
there's the old one and there's the imported ones recent from
yeah, 12, yeah,
Romania.
Imported
Mhm.
ones.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh my God.
But there's also the Portuguese ones. Yeah.
I
So
prefer the Portuguese ones than the others. The imported ones, they don't speak Portuguese and they just, you
oh
have
my
the kids
God.
assaulting people, not assaulting, but
Yes,
trying to, yeah,
again, petty
They are
crime.
professional.
exactly, yeah.
It's
You
more
don't need
petty
the
crime.
competition.
Yeah,
Right?
The
yeah, but
UK's
it's
full of them, mate.
Yeah,
I can't even tell who's a pikey
I
and who
think
isn't
Europe
anymore.
is filled with them.
Yeah, pretty much.
All Europe is filled. That was one of
It's
the great
crazy.
things of Union European
European
Union.
Union?
They just came all over.
I don't know if I'd call that a benefit. I've got a
No,
friend who's
I'm
got a Czech
joking. Yeah,
background.
that's not.
Okay. And he said, John, he said he grew up in the Hungary Czech border. I don't know if it's the Slovak. I don't know. I forget which touches Hungary. But he said, John, he says, you wouldn't believe the amount of inbreeding and incest and stuff. He says, I walked through an apartment complex one time, I saw, kids with funny legs and in chairs and, with horrific mental defects. And he said,
And
it's all
they
kinds
sell
of
children,
inbreeding.
right? They sell children. They basically sell children to beg for them. So
Oh, I've seen organized
it's
begging
awful.
mafias in Thailand as well. People with open wounds, right? Week after week when I was living there for a bit, with the same wound that's, treated and cleaned every day when they go home. But I mean, oh, human beings are just nasty. I'm so, anyway, I'm sorry for derailing things.
no, but
So
are you planning on a trip, on a visit?
One
We need
day,
to do we
maybe.
need to do a convention, a wretched
A
convention in
wretched
Portugal.
convention.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That'd be awesome.
Well, it probably would be cheaper than a convention in the US. The problem is
yeah,
the tickets.
The
yeah,
plane
yeah.
tickets.
Someone was chatting
It's
about
not.
you guys getting a GoFundMe page. So it's just
Yeah.
you guys out
Well,
of
it's not that expensive
curiosity.
a plane ticket. People save up in the
Maybe
hotel
it
and
should
just.
be in the Azores so everyone can kind of meet in the middle, and that'd probably be
I
more
Yeah,
would love
expensive though.
that.
Yeah.
'Cause I've not
I
been
think it would be
there.
more expensive to get a plane
Yeah,
to
but that would be
than to
more. Yeah.
Lisbon.
But
Than
yeah,
to
we
Lisbon.
could go have volcanic cooking for lunch, right?
I think Azores airports are particularly complicated to land in, so it's probably more expensive the plane.
Yeah, there's always bad weather there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been known to sit on a plane in Porto. We were sat on a plane for 12 hours after flying from Manchester, and then we just flew back and got on a train home. I didn't even get to Portugal that year.
Were you gonna go to Madeira or to?
That was in Madeira. We
Yeah.
were on our way to Madeira, and I was stranded at Porto Airport for about 8 hours, and then we went home. It was
strange.
brilliant. That
Yeah, the weather sometimes there is really bad. I remember that some people are afraid. Well, I know some people are afraid to fly, and whenever they get, it's,
Oh,
Well,
ne-
there,
it's never
They
their
nice,
just
right?
airport is a bit scary.
I've seen
I
them
think
do.
that it ends in the sea, so if you have a problem, well, I think it was
Yeah.
expanded.
That
I think
sounds
it was
perfectly
expanded, but
wretched. The wretched airport, right?
yeah,
Wretched airports. That sounds
Wretched
like
Airlines, Virgin, right? Never mind Virgin. Wretched Airlines, wretched Virgin Airlines. Some lost.
Mind you, you can't even get trains in the UK at the moment.
Who's that
Trains
Italian
are
director? I
like
forget
that
his
at the moment.
name. Argento, right?
Dario
Yes.
Argento.
The lost piece from the wretched Virgin. Just some nasty, horrible. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so where we were? Where
Yeah,
were
we
we?
were in the Arid apartment and we had a plan. So
Oh, okay.
Leroy had a
Yeah,
plan.
I've forgotten the plan, but it was.
No, I remember the plan. It was a cunning plan. Instead
It
of
was a
going there
cunning
to work, I'm going to Madame Fang to say that I want to open my own brothel, and
Oh,
I'm
okay.
looking to see if she has any leftover girls. The ones that Omar was going to pay for, the ugly ones.
Yeah,
The
yeah. I'll,
wretched
I'll,
ones.
I'll,
Yeah,
I'll
and
forget
the guys are
I'll
going
forget
to be
what you
my
said.
my crew.
And we're the bodyguards.
Okay.
I'm going to
Bodyguards?
remain entirely
Ah.
silent unless you say something like, "Isn't that right, Leroy?" And then I'll improvise. Otherwise,
Yeah,
I'll just be standing there looking mean.
Yeah, let Harriet do the talking and we'll sit there nodding and smiling.
Wait, you didn't tell me if my walk around. I rolled
Yeah,
the dice when you went to feed the cat.
that's true.
What? Let me see. So it's.
It was the last thing. Yeah.
I have to check the skill. So 13. Let me check the skill. Plus so 17 in total.
Okay, so you were looking for some bum. If someone
I was
has
looking to
thought
see if
something.
I some rough sleepers or something, and on the
Okay,
streets I
so
might have seen something
okay.
happening. Yes.
You find a man who's sleeping on an alley, and he seems to be drunk.
Hi.
He looks at you and says, he nods. He's not Chinese.
Okay. Were you sleeping here yesterday? Night. This tonight.
Yeah, this night, yeah, I was here.
I'm asking around for something that might have happened, and if someone saw it, there might be a reward in it for you. A couple of
Sounds good.
girls were taken from that restaurant over there. One of them was left in an alley. The other one might have been taken.
Girls. So black girls, that's what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Pretty ones.
What? Yes,
Very,
one.
very pretty
Yes,
ones. Yeah, they
one
were
in her
drunk.
teens. Oh, yeah,
They were
you
they were
saw
both
it
drunk.
happen.
Yeah, there were two very pretty girls. They were dressed in skirts. They very short skirts, and they were both drunk. The
Did they
Chinese,
come out alone or?
no, the Chinese guys carried them into a cab,
Okay,
into a
what
taxi.
happened? Into a taxi?
Yeah, then the taxi took them somewhere. I don't know.
So they were just put in the taxi by themselves, and
Yeah, the Chinese brought them from the restaurant. They were walking, but they were just stumbling. They helped
okay.
her into the cab, and then the cab went away.
Was it like a regular cab? Did you notice anything?
Yeah, a yellow cab.
Yellow cab. Okay. Okay. I hand him some money, some bills.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. And on the way back to Harriet's, I'll just stop at the phone booth. I'll call my guy or my girl at the cab company, and I'll ask her to ask around to one of the drivers if anyone picked up two girls this evening, and maybe it was not a call, but some driver might remember picking them up.
She tells you she'll ask around, and if she gets some answers, she'll tell you later.
Okay, then I'll head back to Harriet's.
Okay, then let's move along. So you were suggesting that you go visit Madame Fang's brothel and ask if she has some spare hookers.
Yes, exactly. That she wants to get rid of, something like that.
Okay. So everybody agrees on that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then let's go ahead with that plan.
We're probably gonna need to bring some hidden weapons, right? Because things may go bad in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get hold of the guns. Do I need to make a roll for that?
But they're probably gonna try to check us, right?
Oh dear, I got 11. The gun's crap.
That's not very good. Yeah.
It's not
Well,
very good.
me and Leroy have martial arts.
Okay, that's
So-
That's a concealed gun, very concealed.
Yes, we have concealed guns.
I do have a pump action that I picked up earlier, and I've sawn that off. And so it's like it looks like something from what's the program? Dead or Alive. It's a bit like that now.
Okay, so you find guns for you and Tommy. Oh well, Tommy doesn't need it. You find guns
I
for
have
you.
I have
Okay,
I did have a gun from earlier, so that I've not used. So
okay. So you guys carry guns, and they don't need guns because they are martial
Yes.
artists. So they don't need guns.
but are
Anything else?
we all just going
First,
maybe
I'm going to
not
call. First, I'm going to put a call and say
okay.
that if I can make a visit.
So you are
A
calling.
business proposition, exactly. I'm calling ahead.
Okay. Let's take it. Let's do that first then. So
Yes.
you
I'm going to
call.
roll probably
Yeah.
persuasion, right?
Yes, persuasion sounds nice.
Okay, so I'm gonna sneeze.
oh, bless you.
Sorry,
Hmm?
Another gun.
I was going to sneeze. That's what I was going to say. Okay, I had 15. Do you think that's enough?
So you talk to someone who says
I
she's.
heard that the establishment is very highly recommended, and I'm planning on opening my own. So I would like to visit, and maybe she can recommend some girls that to work for me. I would, of course, because I heard she has the best girls. I would, of course, pay a percentage of the any income that I would get from her girls. My idea is to open like my own version of Fangs in Park Lane, something like
Park.
that. Park
The
Lane is
woman.
also
Yeah, the
yep,
woman.
in not the out of Chinatown, to
Mhm.
other type of public that she doesn't want us. I mean, to public with customers with less money, like a cheapest version, but not that cheap.
Okay. She finds your request a bit unusual, but then she says, "I'm going to talk to Miss Fang, and I just wait a bit."
Hmm.
After a couple of minutes, another voice. You hear another voice, also female, and she says, "Miss Fang, here."
Hello, Miss Fang. Pleasure to talk to you. I'm Harriet Brown.
So,
Uh,
who is financing your operation?
oh, it's a gentleman that would like to remain anonymous. He has some political connections in Emmettville.
Very well. I can squeeze you in later this afternoon.
Okay, thank you. Can I bring some of my team with me?
Yes, no problem.
Okay, thank you. So we arrange the hour and we will appear.
Looking
Okay.
smart, guys. Let's get some threads on. And look the part.
So later you arrive at Madame Fang's, which is obviously in Chinatown, and it's a regular building. Nothing special about it. Um, and there's a porter at the door, and you say, "Well, so you are leading the group, and
Yes.
okay."
I've got my best cologne on.
The man looks at
I've
you,
had a
and
shower and everything, Miguel. Honestly,
he assumes you are Harriet Brown. He asks,
Yes. Yes. Exactly. I'm Miss Brown.
he opens
From
the
all
door.
of us, she's the most likely to be Harriet Brown.
Yes, of course not. Please come inside. He allows you to get inside, but this is just a lounge,
Mhm.
and there's a woman inside, uh, but she's definitely not Miss Fang
Hmm.
because she's white and not she's not Chinese. Uh, she just looks at you and smiles, and then she goes to the back to a back door, and after a bit, several people arrive, and
Who are the people?
the people who are coming inside. So there are three women.
Right.
Two of them are Chinese. One of them is very young, but she looks young, very young and very small. And there's a very large blonde woman, very large blonde woman, very muscled blonde woman, and two Chinese guys, and one woman who is dressed like not like a hooker. So
Like a madam.
yes, probably she is Fang, and she's a bit older than the other women. She looks around and she sees your group. She looks especially to the guys in your
Hmm.
group. Uh, she smiles and then she approaches you.
Can I tell if anyone's packing heat?
Uh,
Are they all tooled up, or
yeah,
do I know that?
the two Chinese are definitely, and one of the well the women, not Fang, but the other one, the other Chinese woman is also the big the big blonde. She she's not carrying a gun because there's nothing there.
Absorb bullets.
Yeah, she couldn't hide again in her. So Fang looks at you. I'm I'm listening to myself now. That she's back here again.
I can't hear it this time.
She says, Miss Brown, right?
Yes.
Well,
Pleasure to meet you.
I was I was expecting you. So tell me, tell me about your business plans.
Well, the idea is to open a classy place in our side of the neighborhood. We want to, how can I say, spice up the neighborhood a little. It's going to be, of course, not as high class as your establishment, but we still want to show some class. And of course, everybody knows that you have one of the best brothels in town. So I would like to get a
Shut
feel of the
up,
place, and like
husband.
I said, maybe have maybe even have some of your girls. We are looking to have some, how can I say, diversity in this exotism in the place.
Mm,
I start measuring chairs. Start eyeing them up and like looking around at the wallpaper and making notes and things on decor.
so what you are trying to find something? No, no, no.
Uh,
Let me understand what you want.
are you talking to Omar, right? Or to
Now I'm
me?
talking to
Ah,
you.
okay. Well, I would like to maybe take a look of around your establishment, and I'd like to figure out, well, what type of girls you have.
Oh, we have all types of girls here. We are we have a very uh, diversified offer.
We're especially looking for, well, young girls that are not not doesn't mean that I will find them here, but new to the business to bring that freshness and that novelty that will
Well,
attract the customers.
yes, well, we have some, but those aren't the ones we want to get rid of.
Ah, I know, I know, I know. But I will also curious to see how do you get them? What is your? I mean, this is as an advice from a madam to a new madam, like also what that type of mentoring. What is, in your experience, the best way to get them? Because I don't want just the washed out girls from the neighborhood. Even if they
That's
are young. Finding quality girls is not that easy.
well,
Do you want me to do a check or no? It's
yeah.
no. A bullshit check. Oh god, I had a one.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic.
I rolled a one.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good check. That's a good roll. I
that's the
like it.
best roll.
Yeah, I like that.
It would be
Okay,
if it was a
so
saving throw.
Yeah.
she just looks at, she smiles and she says,
You ain't buying it.
"You weren't very subtle, you know. Um, that's the only thing I can tell you. You weren't very subtle." Um,
Fight.
when she says that, the two Chinese guys, they pull their guns and
I can.
they aren't going to shoot you. They just pull the guns. And she says, "Mr. Wei will send you a message soon."
Have they pulled their weapons, or are we being escorted out, or what?
They just show them that they didn't.
They've right. They are packing heat. Okay.
Yeah.
I will.
I'm gonna say to Leroy, don't do nothing crazy.
I'm
Very
going to.
quietly.
I open my arms a little bit, like I show my hands and I step forward, and I like this to show that I'm not taking a gun, and I take my card, and I walk closer to the madame and hand her my card and say, let's stop it. The act. I think you know what is happening here. Uh, we are looking for a specific girl that might be here. So I think before this gets nasty, I think we can maybe negotiate.
She's here, but she's not leaving. As I said before, Mr. Wei will get in touch with you.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of that. How?
Well, he'll get in touch not really with you, but with the person, I guess, who sent you. The girl, the actress.
We I don't know if I can speak on behalf of everybody, but I ain't leaving here without the girl, man. I'm sorry, madam. As much as I love your decor and the wallpaper, and it's all very smelling fresh and clean, but I ain't leaving without the girl.
I'm not sure if that's a good idea. If you're all gonna die, if we try to go face with the guys in their own turf like that.
I'm not talking about violence. I'm talking about a simple negotiation for her safety.
Yes, well, she's safe. Don't worry, she's safe. And I'm not allowed to negotiate. That's something that you, if you have to negotiate something, you will have to negotiate it with Mr. Wei, not with me.
I'll just tap Omar on the shoulder and say, "Let's go."
Let's go. Okay, I'll keep my cool, I think. What do I do? A 50 flip a coin, 50-50 or something? Just to see if I keep my cool, or what?
That's up to you. I mean, yeah, no, that's not up to you. Up to you, right? That's you're a wrathful guy. Okay,
That's my wrath
yeah.
and my homicidal nature
Yeah,
kicking in.
you'll have to do a wits avoidance roll, and you will have to
Roll under.
Well, I've got quite high wits, actually. I was quite surprised by that, but I've just rolled a natural one, folks.
Oh, okay. So no problem.
Well, I keep my cool.
Yeah,
I'm quite happy to.
You're a very cool guy.
I go out there slicker than slick. Don't believe it.
So you guys are leaving. Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to.
When you go outside, you see that there's a vehicle parked outside, and there are four Chinese guys there. They look like gangsters. And then you see that there are more walking around.
By the way, Miguel, your sound is a
Everybody's
little bit
clocked it.
low. Are you with the correct microphone? Because your sound is coming through
Oh,
low and with
I changed this setting, but not that. Let's,
Yeah, I hear you on both places, so I don't notice.
is it better now?
Yeah, it's
it's
better now.
better. Yes, it's better,
Yeah.
better.
I was trying to solve the problem that I'm listening to myself, but
That's very annoying. Sometimes that
I'm
happens
still
with me, and
I'm still hearing it. But okay, it's the echo cancellation, and it's
Yeah, yeah.
strange.
I think it's inevitable because you are both in the same room,
Yeah,
so
yeah, but
you would.
sometimes it doesn't happen. I'm listening. There's a lot of feedback right now.
Okay.
Okay, so
I
outside
I, I,
there's
I I
lots of
tip I
people.
tip I tip my hat to gentlemen.
I'm checking the car to see that it's not been bugged or bombed or God knows what while we were in there. If there's that many people walking around, I'm just going to
Yeah,
stick my head subtly under and just
yeah,
check that our car doesn't have a bomb under it.
it seems okay. You didn't
The car
take
seems all right.
that long. Not long enough to plant the bomb.
And
Probably.
I'm also wondering now whether your joint is safe, Harriet.
yeah, well, probably not. But if he wanted to take her by force, he would have, right? Why
Yeah,
did he took
we can't take
Jacqueline
it
and
by
not
force.
and not Lois?
We're just going to have to wait for Mr. Way now to get in contact, I think. We ought to lay low for the rest of the day.
He's probably a proud guy. He wants Lois to get back to him on her own free will, and kidnapping her baby sister is the is the perfect way to do it.
So, are you going back home?
I
Yes,
think we're
I
going
want
to
to
have
check if
to.
Louis is alright.
Yeah.
She's not there anymore.
Yeah, of course not. Maybe she's at her place.
So you're going to call her?
Yes, first I'm gonna call her, see if she
Okay.
answers.
So you call Harriet. You call Harriet. Harriet, you call Lois, but she isn't answering.
Oh, damn it.
Shit. It's all gone pear shaped.
What do we do now?
We've got two kidnapped women. Right, who was? We're just going to have to ask around the neighbourhood and see if anyone saw what happened to Louise.
Yeah, when she left the apartment, I'm
Yeah,
gonna see some of the neighbors.
Yeah. Okay. So you talk to the neighbors, and some people saw her. Yeah. She. They tell you that she left by herself.
left by herself.
Yeah. She picked a cab and she left.
Right, can we find
Yeah,
out the last number dialed to your apartment? Is that possible?
not on these phones, unless can I call the phone company and see
Is
who
there any way
called?
you can do that? I don't even know how you would do that
I
without
don't
being.
know. I have no idea.
No, I
Is
don't
there
know
an
how that would work.
operator that would say, "Hey, operator, no, it's too"?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Let's say
I
yes.
don't know what the tech
Why not?
level would be like on
Yeah, I have no
doing.
idea. But let's say it's possible. I don't care. It's not. That's not important. Okay, so
Okay, cool.
you check if some call was made there, and
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
there was a call made from your apartment
Okay, so she made
during
the
this time.
call.
She made a call somewhere.
And do
Yeah.
I know what the number is?
Well, they'll give you a number.
Okay, so let's call that number, right?
yeah.
Actually, you
That's all
probably
we can do.
no. You haven't. You haven't called that. No, you haven't called it yet. So you call it, and it's Mr. Way's office.
Okay, yeah, I haven't called it. Tommy did.
Yeah.
I
I'll be
called it.
back in a sec. I think I heard
Okay.
mowing. Come on.
So she picks up Mrs. Wayne's office.
Mr. Way's office.
Mr.
Yes.
Wade. Is Mr. Wade in?
Yes, he is. Who is speaking? Who is calling?
Uh, it's Harriet.
Harriet. Harriet who?
Harriet Brown.
Just a moment.
Go on.
Someone picks the phone. A man this time. Mrs. Brown, how are you? Miss Brown, I mean.
Miss Brown. I've been better.
Well, so I know who you are, so but
Mhm.
I don't think we have met. Uh, so what's the reason? Why are you calling?
You know what? Why am I calling you?
Yes, you're looking for your friend, I suppose.
Yes, I'm looking for my friend and her sister.
Don't worry, she'll call you later, probably. Your friend, of course, not your sister, not her sister.
You know, little dick men are very sad.
Is that Confucius?
No, this is. I'm talking about you.
He he hangs
Yeah,
up the
I
phone.
already expected him to hang up the phone. So that's it.
We
He
can't trace
blackmailed.
that call, I take it. That was too
No, it
short.
was his office. No, I was the one that called him. That was his office. So she went back to him probably. He blackmailed her.
That's racist.
Yeah, we should be the only ones that are be allowed to blackmail people.
He white mailed her. No,
What
he
the hell do
Asian mailed her.
we do about your stupid sister, Leroy?
Leroy, he's muted. John, you're muted.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No,
No. I
no,
was
it's good.
asking what we do about your stupid sister now.
Depends on whether or not she went back to him willingly or not. Is he pressuring her? You're going to
He
find out.
kidnapped Jacqueline, right? That's pressure enough.
He's got to die. We got to pick a spot and ambush him.
Let's rally the boys.
No, maybe let's see if Jacqueline gets back, because at least
Let's
that's one
we'll
hostage
do that
less.
last scene in Shaft. Let's get that on the go. So I'm going to rally up my boys and get my army of Bronx
I'm
warriors.
not talking war. I'm not talking war. There's no way
We're
that's going to
talking
happen.
full blow. This is goddamn war,
No.
man. We're going to blow some chink ass.
No. Just a one targeted ambush. We observe, we watch, we wait, and
Okay, while you were talking, the phone rings at Harriet's.
Oh, it's probably I don't. It's probably Louis. I don't want to pick it up because I'm annoyed with her. So someone else can do it.
I pick it up. Yes.
Tommy?
Is it Lois? Do I recognize her?
Yeah, you recognize her voice. Yeah, it's Lois.
Lois.
I'm at Waze.
Yes, we figured.
I talked to him. He says he's going to let Jacqueline go
Well,
in a few days.
In a few days.
Yeah, in a few days.
so is that how you want to play this out?
It's the best way. She's safe still, so before something happens, I'm going to marry Wei.
You're going what? No?
Well, he asked me to marry him, so I think it's the safest way out of this.
I'm happy I didn't pick up that call.
Is your sister going to be freed before or after the big day?
Omar's like hanging over the phone at this point. Can I
I-
roll to see if I'm picking up any of this through eavesdropping?
Well, probably not. It's,
Yeah,
No?
old phones. There's no
yeah.
Okay.
speaker.
Of course, he will release her before. Of course, I think he promised he would.
Okay. Make that a condition that she will be handed over I can pick her up. Set a date, a time for me to pick up.
Omar is like pacing at this point.
I'll call you then later.
Okay.
Well, not later, tomorrow or something. Maybe.
Okay, we'll talk tomorrow. So, great news. I turn to the others. Jacqueline is going to be released. We're going to get a call back with the time to pick her up.
That's the good news.
In a few days, what's gonna happen to Lois meanwhile?
No, I think she's preparing the wedding.
What wedding?
The big wedding. She's going to marry away.
That stupid bitch.
Omar is going like his blood's boiling.
So here's how I see it. Let's wait a couple of days. We'll get Jacqueline, and then afterwards, when they get to the does anyone have an objection part? We show up and object violently.
Yeah. We'll do the goddamn wedding. We're going to crash this like. When is the wedding?
I think that's exactly what they're going to expect and
Yeah.
plan for, so we shouldn't do that.
You saw the security they had. That's well, I will say Louis wants to marry the guy. Let her marry and be happy and have a lot of light brown, yellow babies.
We'll get Jacqueline.
If we get Jacqueline back.
That's a precondition. So the wedding.
So we're sacrificing Louise for Jacqueline.
No. It's.
I'm pissed off at Louis.
We have to think ahead. We can't take them on in an all-out head-to-head confrontation. It's not going to work. We get Jackie back. We make sure she's okay.
I think you're going to have to roll a persuasion roll so that Omar just doesn't get on the phone and start rallying up troops. You guys can come or not, but I think
it's not your blood, Omar, and you don't need another enemy.
He would be like, God damn this.
It's not your blood.
It's the goddamn principles, man. It's goddamn principles.
It's not your blood.
He's like on the verge of like nearly either hurting himself or somebody, or he's livid.
It's not your blood, and if our roles were reversed, you'd expect the same. You'd expect the same from us.
A cup of water here for Omar. It's a little bit.
Yeah. I'll give him something a little stronger.
A brandy, maybe.
I'll pick my JB whiskey.
A glass of water, yeah.
And
glass
a
of
joint.
water.
Yeah,
He needs a joint. Yeah. What he needs is a joint so he gets meal. Yeah. Here.
We have to get Jackie back and then talk to her.
Cigar and just cramming it full of fucking weed.
Meanwhile, maybe we can check. We can do a stakeout of Way's routine. See if there's any chance we get him alone after the wedding.
That's my idea. We watch, we wait, we make sure Jackie's okay, and then in a couple of weeks we talk to Lois and find out how things are going, and then we simply wait for an opportunity. It could be in a month, it could be in a year, but when Way's in trouble with someone else and there's some kind of smoke screen or cover for us to act and then shift blame onto whoever they're already in trouble with or war with, that's a smart play.
Oh, man. I kind of like that, where you're coming from, but a year? You're saying wait a year?
It could. I said a week, a month, a year. We've got to wait for them, the Red Dragon Triad, to come into conflict with someone who is actually a potential challenge to them, so that there's a smokescreen for us.
Can I get my brothers to be that smoke screen? Possibly. That would be a really difficult
Would
role.
you,
But
Yeah, that'll be tough for your
that's too
that's not
close to
fair to
home.
your
I
brothers.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
they're Chinese. They're not stupid.
Because the sort of people I would know, I'm thinking would just go in there and just get themselves killed. To be
Yeah.
honest.
No,
Yeah.
they've got to have a legitimate conflict with one of their competitors, right? A deal gone bad, a betrayal, a turf dispute. Then there's
That's
cover.
well out of our league, isn't it? Basically, even Omar's not that
Watch and
dumb.
wait, unless Lois tells us otherwise. If it's really, really heinous.
Okay, so let's wait for her call.
Okay, next day. Omar,
Yep.
you got a phone call.
I get a phone call. Okay.
You
go
got
on.
a phone call. Not from her. That's another thing. You got a phone call from the cops.
From the wow. Okay. What the hell did I do?
Nothing yet. Uh,
Was I high?
the person the detective who calls you says Captain Travanti wants to talk to you.
Is that a name that rings bells with me?
Yeah, you know is a big shot there.
He's oh right, okay. Is he?
And a big
Have I
asshole.
paid him off at some point, or do I owe him, or does he owe me, or?
Well, you were a snitch, so
Right, fair enough. He wants some info. Fair enough.
So sorry, I can't resist. Is he a small golden ball with wings?
I guess I'll go see Captain Trevente then, wherever he might be.
okay.
At the precinct, I'm guessing, or wherever he's told me to meet him.
Oh yeah, it's the precinct.
And I'm just going to have to say to these guys, I've got to run if they know where I am. I don't know if they're with me or not. So
Probably not.
all right, I'll just go deal with that then.
Okay, so you go to the precinct and you are led into the captain's office.
Yo, Cap, what's up?
Captain is a rough-looking guy. He's a mustache, and he looks like he's about 50 something. You have met him before. You know he's a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
A very dirty cop. He looks at you. Says, "Sit down, Omar. I haven't seen you in a while.
It's been a while.
I
I'm
have
sort
an
of saying, I'm like just looking at him, sort of indifferent.
I have something very important to talk to you.
Go, just stop with the shit. Just shoot it out, boy. What's the problem?
I know that you have been involved with some people in the last few days, and
I sort of play it down a bit, but I'm guessing if he knows, then he knows.
he says the Saint. What's their second name there? Saint John, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Saint John family. Now I got a few calls and I know what you were trying to do, what you were planning to do, and a friend of mine doesn't want them to go ahead with whatever is it. Well, he grabs a bag, he puts it on top of his his table. He says, "There's money in there. It's yours if you screw their plans. If you snitch on them, whatever they are planning, you are going to tell us."
Oh, fuck. How much money is it? A lot, I'm guessing.
A lot.
That's
It's
going to
enough.
be really hard. So I'm like rolling now to protect my. Well, I don't owe anyone anything really, but I'll roll anyway to resist.
Hmm. If you want to resist, of course.
I've got a 3, so I guess I don't resist and totally buckle. It depends if you wanted under or over. I didn't ask.
I would say
Because
this would be an avoidance.
Avoidance. So yeah.
So
I'm
it's
gonna
your-
have I'm gonna have to snitch on him because that's what I do. I'm guessing.
so
Was
you
it a save roll or not? Was it a save versus?
It was a no. It was a save roll. So yeah.
Oh, well, it's fine. I won't snitch, but I'll take his fucking money and just feed him a load of bullshit.
Okay, so you take the money and you
I'll
say
take the
that
money and
you,
feed him bollocks and tell him what he thinks he wants to hear, but it's not.
well,
Would
for
I
now,
have the smarts to do that, or is
it
that
just
another
wants you to, when something happens, if they are planning something, that you tell them in advance. The cops, of course, not the Chinese.
I'll take his money and clear off quick.
Okay, so you get out of the
Yeah, I get out of there with a bag of cash though. How much
Meanwhile,
is there, dude? How much do I make on that?
I'm not sure how much it should be, but enough for you to pay your debts and probably buy a house somewhere else.
Well, what I'm thinking is, if it's enough to possibly hire out Louise or who was the the one one of Mrs. Fang's ladies, but sort of do it for a private sort of sketch.
I think you may be underestimating how much money Miguel is suggesting.
Yes.
Right.
Like you got to think, you're selling out some people who could potentially kill you, just like you could potentially kill them in similar circumstances, and then your reputation is going to be shit for a bit after.
It's only going to be about $500, isn't it? 1,000.
No, I'm thinking more like $250,000
Yeah.
or so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This
probably
is
that, yeah.
life-changing money. Like
Yeah,
get
yeah,
out,
yeah.
get out of the state, don't come back,
Yeah.
settle down in Alaska, go be a scumbag somewhere else, kind of money.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
That's what they're basically saying.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I've just written them up. Fantastic. Well, we're rich. Let's split up. What do you want to do? I'm not even sure if I want to tell them I've got this money, to be honest.
You probably shouldn't.
Yeah,
you wouldn't.
Yeah, you wouldn't. Yeah.
I think
I'm
I'll
happy
probably
they didn't offer the money to me because I would greed is my. I just decided greed was my
I
sin.
think I would
So-
probably just take that and leave, would I? Is that what
You
you're
might,
saying?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
You've just won the game.
That's not meant to happen, dude.
I know. No, that's exactly what a wretched character would do.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, I'll leave you all then. I must be the only person who's ever made $250,000 in Wretched. That's got to be something. How
the
much
thing, though.
XP for that?
This is a perfect kind of outcome for
I was expecting your
one-shot
character
game like
to be a greedy one. So
Well, yeah, he's kind of greedy, but he's not stupid. He's angry, but he'll take that money and he does. You just don't see the guy for dust now.
What is now a one-shot could become a two-shot, right? Like
What were you doing?
20 years
Look
in
for
the
him.
future, you guys work on the
Yeah.
stats, and then you play out the revenge scenario,
Maybe.
right?
Because technically,
Let's
I
get
didn't
Omar.
double cross you. I mean, I fucked myself over with that cop, but they're not going to see me for dust.
But they may also come after you
Possibly.
because you ran away with their money and you didn't give
I've
him
just
the goods.
well, they don't know that, do they? Because I've just ripped them off $250,000 and I'm out of there.
It's more likely they would sell that debt to a very violent collector, and then that would be the angle.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what happens to Omar. that's like a one-on-one game though now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a different story. Well, meanwhile, Harriet, you get a phone call from your friend.
Let's see. Louis.
Oh no, she was calling
No.
Tommy. Was that?
Tommy.
I don't know.
Yes, it was
Yes.
Tommy.
Yes, she
Okay,
said
so
she's gonna
forget
call
about it.
Tommy. Yeah, it was at my
She's-
place, but she talked
Yeah,
to Tommy.
yeah, she talked to Tommy. Yeah. Okay, so it's not that she calls your office.
Tommy here.
Lois,
No.
how are you?
I'm okay, waiting for your call. And,
How is my brother?
as you would expect.
Well, tell him not to worry. She's fine. I've seen her. Jacqueline
Okay.
is all right. Actually, she's with me now.
You're at Way's place.
Yep.
Okay. When is she coming out?
Well,
I
after the
think she's
wedding.
gonna
now.
be a maid. One of
After,
brides.
yeah, after the wedding, he released her from the place where she was, but she's with me now. So she will be with me until
Until after the wedding?
until after the wedding.
Are you sure you want to go ahead with this?
If I don't, he'll kill you, all of you, and us as well.
Not Omar.
Not
But
Omar.
it
Yeah,
doesn't even matter.
she doesn't give a fuck about Omar.
Yeah, no.
Well, maybe not.
Well, that's what he said he would do. So I believe. Now I believe him.
Okay. This I don't want to talk too much because this is his phone. So I will try to remember. We don't need to make it up. Let's just describe it. I will try to remember something from when we were dating in the past, and I want to kind of in code ask her if she would like us to try to do something or to let it go.
She seems. She doesn't seem interested in anything like that. She seems that she's not happy, of course, but she has accepted her fate.
When will the wedding take place?
Next week.
And
You
we're
have a
not even going
location?
to be invited.
No, there's no invitation. It's a private
Yeah.
wedding.
Do you have a location?
No, I don't know the location for this.
Okay. When you can, if you can, give me a call. I'll pick up, or my secretary will pick up. Let's pretend that I have a secretary in my office. And when the date is set, the time, the place, just for our information.
Yeah, I don't think I will. I'll have authorization to invite you, but okay, I will tell you.
Just, yeah, okay. Hang in there. I said bye-bye, and I'll go over to Leroy's place.
So, are you home or you are in your dojo?
I'll go to his dojo then.
Okay. So he's doing some trainings, but Leroy, you see Tommy approaching. you can interrupt your training.
Talk with your sister.
Mm.
So is not your younger sister is with her now. They're both together at Way's place. And she says she's going ahead with the wedding.
So they're going to let Jackie go, and Lois is going to marry Way.
Well, they already did in a way. She's with. They're together. They're at his place together. She'll be a maid of honor. He doesn't want. He will. I don't think he will do her any harm. He just wants to marry Lois, and that will satisfy him.
If were really the case, in this sense that he was sincere in telling you that, there wouldn't have been a kidnapping or an incident. So something else is going on. But
I think that was to show her that he really meant it to let her know how far he's willing to go. So now she understands.
what do
The
you think?
question is, do you want to put an end to this?
It's too risky to do it now. We
The only
need
way
to
the
let
only way this
happen.
will stop,
Yeah.
I think the only way this will stop is if he's out of the picture.
You play chess, Tommy?
Not really, but I actually have. I play some poker.
Well, then we're going to have to bluff.
Yeah. Anyway, there's no guarantees that after the wedding we'll not suddenly get ourselves disappeared.
He's
He knows
probably
who
gonna
we
decide
are.
to keep Jacqueline a hostage forever to make sure that he has a happy wedding.
Yeah, and he'll probably send someone after us just to make sure we don't show up at a later date. So I think it's our move.
I, how high up in this triad is this guy?
I don't know.
There's a question to the game master.
Like, would we have any idea? Like, is he
Can we go and complain to his boss?
He's maybe he's a boss, a small boss.
so an
Probably small.
underboss or
Yes.
a lieutenant? Okay, so he's high ranking.
Yeah, he's high ranking.
So he would be, unless he's extremely insecure, he would be supremely confident that we, a collection of 5 to 8 people that know each other fairly well, we would present no realistic challenge to his authority given his resources and position. So I don't imagine that after a week or two, like there's no reason for him to play hardball right out of the gate. I don't see that unless there's some hidden history that I don't know about unfolding. Right? It's wholly not reasonable for him to even give us the consideration of being a genuine threat. We aren't a crime organization on a par with him. So for him to, keep Jackie and then ensure, like, that might just be to ensure the wedding goes as planned, but I don't see why he would necessarily want to eliminate us or attack us or harm her after that. It's I don't like it, but it is possible that he's such a nut that he would want to overshow his love for her in this way. It is possible. I mean, we could be endangering not only ourselves and the people we love, but all kinds of innocent people just to go Rambo, to go nuts prematurely.
Well, in the end, she's your sister, so.
I think we watch and wait, we bluff, we go along, we just knuckle down, say yes, okay, that's their business, and if we're going to exact revenge, we do it when there's a proper time for it.
With my newfound wealth, what could I actually achieve for Jacqueline and Louise with 250 grand?
I don't know.
No, well, what I'm thinking is, would it
You can
not
marry
be,
Jacqueline.
would it not
Buy
be
them out.
enough just to get way off their cases?
Probably not. He paid
He's
the
not
money
going
to
to care.
get
He
you
doesn't
out.
care about the
Yeah.
money.
He was willing to give the money to so the money is nothing for him. He doesn't want the money
Yeah.
back.
He doesn't
Right?
want the money. This is not about money.
Well, I'm living my life because I'm a working girl and I have to work. I'm not gonna marry a criminal millionaire like Lois. I'm my own woman.
I might open my own brothel.
Yes. So, Leroy, we can wait it out, or we can show up at the wedding.
We can't crash it if we're invited, and I don't see why he wouldn't invite us. He can lord it, that's his ego getting, stoked more by having us as guests, Smile, eat my food, motherfucker. You
It's
can't do
very
nothing
rude
about it.
not to invite the brother.
Yes, the family.
So we go, we be on our best behavior, we smile, and we take it up the ass because that's what's happening. But
And
revenge is a dish best served cold.
midway through the ceremony, we put a bullet in him or something. Is this where you're heading?
No. I'm talking
I've
weeks and
actually-
months and a year or more from now when we can take a proper.
I think the problem is first Leroy does martial arts, so he's a Zen artist, and at the same time Tommy still has a crush on Louis, so she's
Exactly,
not happy with it.
I'm not seeing it. Okay.
Yeah.
Could
No,
you not?
this is a situation like if I were GMing a situation like this and my players wanted to go all suicide mission on a mafia, literally a mafia group, a mafia franchise. The five of you going to do that? Sure, we can change the name of the game to Suicide Squad, the good
I'm
one.
going to be something that Tommy has a habit of doing that kind of thing. Like, are you sure? Do you want to die? And I have to stop. I don't want to kill the whole party. Don't make me do it.
Well, this is a one shot, so there's no problem.
Yes, there's the other part. This is a
Actually,
exactly.
this
I'm
is
forgetting that. I'm sorry too.
like all my one shots. This is not really.
But I'm
This
gonna be
wasn't a
honest.
one
For
shot.
me, yeah,
This would take some. I'm not using the secondary plots. There was several, but
I'm not
we
gonna
don't have
kill
time for that.
myself over. So I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna kill myself over Lois. If she wants to marry with the stupid Chinese criminal millionaire, then that's her problem.
Yeah, I think practically speaking, even hard, wretched folks like this realize you got to play smart again when the forces allied,
So I don't know if you
arrayed
are
against you.
listening to me. I lost sound.
Yes, we are listening to you.
It's on my hand. It's something with the Wi-Fi.
We can hear you.
Sorry, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm just trying
I
to.
just love when this
fix it.
happens. It's so funny. We can hear you.
We're outgunned.
Hello?
Revenge is the dish best served cold, I think. And it wasn't one shot. I kind of forgot that. I inhabited the character a bit too much.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, but it does make
it wouldn't
sense.
it wouldn't be a one shot. It would be probably a 3-shot, maybe more if I used all the plot hooks because there were several other things. I know that it's supposed to be a one shot, but it's never
Just,
one shot.
File
it's
it under
crazy
play
because
testing.
it's just how deep you take the scenarios. I mean, it would have been so easy just to have opened up in that hotel lobby.
I mean,
lobby.
it would be one shot if in the other scene if you started shooting around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It would be a big
Right.
combat scene, and it would end there.
Yeah. It would have been like I actually had True Romance in my head. If you've seen the end of that, that's an epic ending. Absolutely brilliant. I don't want to ruin it for anyone, but if you haven't seen True
I've seen it,
Romance,
but I don't remember. I think I've seen it
amazing.
a long time ago, but I don't remember.
What
But
was
it
it?
doesn't end
ending's
well. True
glorious.
romance, but it doesn't
I
end
can't
well,
remember.
right?
I can't
But
remember
it's,
that.
it's mad. The ending just blows you away, literally.
It is that film that Tarantino wrote.
Yeah, I know, but I can't remember the
I don't
ending.
remember. I know I saw it, but I don't remember. But I get the idea it doesn't end well.
So Tommy Lee Jones is in it. Not Tommy Lee Jones. Shit.
Okay, I'm back.
Is it Peter
Sorry,
Fonda?
I lost the sound and that.
Oh, I think it's Peter Fonda's in
Yeah, I
it.
think it's Peter
He
Fonda.
plays the cop. It's just some beautiful lines in there, and they chat about kung fu all the way through it as well. But it's got some amazing scenes, just of dialogue, really.
Out of character. I was playing Tommy a little bit like this because I was thinking, okay, this is a one shot. It has to have a conclusion, and this is this is like a 70s over the top movie.
Yeah, but it makes sense. But
I guess it will end with you guys dying. I think it's.
If it's one of those one shots, like
we all die, and
it's like 5 shot or 8 shots or whatever.
But
then it's
keep in mind also, like some films, like a truly artistic director in the 70s schlock movies, sometimes nobody wins. Everyone just dies at the end, and the fucking monster wins, right?
Yeah,
This is a Wretched one shot.
With
We got
everybody
fucked.
dies, even Jack Lewis can die. In the end.
Yeah, so
it could be.
But this way can stay pending, so we get waiting, and maybe there's a second part when we can get our revenge on Way or not.
Yes, depends on how many shots this will be.
Yeah.
Well, just go down in a blaze of glory, isn't it? Or not glory. Because I'm going to get fucked over by the cops anyway.
You disappear when you're rich.
But I'm still thinking we could lace the fucking wedding with poison or something in the food.
And then we kill Jacqueline and Lois.
That will kill them also.
Or laxatives.
That's
I'll get
nice,
like $250,000 worth of laxatives and stick it in the fucking cake, mate.
I don't think that will achieve what we want.
Yeah, but that would be
it would
pretty
be a
wretched.
shitty ending.
That would be a shitty ending. Yes.
Okay, anyway, Leroy, it's up to you. She's your sister.
Yeah.
So
we have to wait. It's not feasible to take them out.
Either way, if she has the opportunity, she'll call me with the day and the place of the wedding. So
she should kill him herself after the wedding, and then just tell her to go there and get her.
Okay, a couple of days later, you get an invitation. There's a wedding going to happen next week, and you are invited. You are all invited.
Nice.
How did I get an invitation?
Well, you didn't get an invitation.
I don't get an invitation.
I'm sorry. If you ran away, there's no invitation for you.
So, what country are you in now? Where did you go?
Oh my God knows.
Maybe Brazil.
Yeah,
I think it will be popular in the 70s.
No, Brazil in the 70s was still a military dictatorship.
Okay, but it wasn't good for rich people.
Brazilian rich people. I don't think it had much tourism then.
Cuba.
Yeah.
No, we're talking about rich foreigners with bags of money.
Well, everywhere. They can get money everywhere. So.
Probably, maybe I'm some big shot cocaine hustler now. or I want to be. So I'm probably dead anyway, either from an OD or a shooting or a chainsaw incident.
I have no idea what would be
Chainsaw
like
incident sounds good.
a destination in the 70s.
He
Well,
would,
Cuba
if he
would
was
have
going to
been
go
pretty
be a
hot.
wretched
Okay,
bastard, he'd go to
but
Thailand
then
in the 70s.
In
now
the
Yeah.
'70s.
I've just remembered something. Um,
Or
so
the
this is
Philippines.
a couple of days later. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So let's continue your conversation. I'll tell you about something later.
Okay. So
Or
let's.
maybe even
I'll,
Germany.
I'll, I'll call. I'll call Leroy. Stormy, did you get an invitation?
Yeah, I was invited. Looks like everything's going gently.
Yeah. So you're going?
I think I have to. I don't want to insult the man when he has hostages.
Okay. Well, we'll be your family soon, so.
Are you coming?
Well,
Yeah, I'm going.
Have you talked to Harriet yet?
My next call.
What about that motherfucker Omar? Any word about him?
No, I haven't seen him since that day.
Hmm. Do you think he got turned into chop suey? Or did he join their restaurant?
I don't know. You know, Omar. He's always working an angle.
I guess I'll have to write his name down in my little black book.
I'll hang
Matter of
up
fact, I'm
and
doing it now.
yeah, I'm dialing Harriet, and I'm actually like
Hmm.
those ancient phones.
ancient. Laughing.
I grew up with a phone
Hello.
like that.
Yeah. Brown.
God, it's Tommy. Did you
Hey,
get an
Tommy.
invitation?
Yes, I did.
So you're going?
Of course, I never went to a Chinese wedding. And maybe I'll pick up the bouquet and I'm next.
Oh, your sense of humor is good today. So okay. So when is the date?
A couple of days later?
Okay. So I
I think
guess
so. A couple of days later, Miguel.
It, uh, it's now a couple of days later, but the
Okay.
wedding is next week.
Okay. So the wedding, that's what I wanted to know. Okay, the wedding is next week. Okay.
okay. Okay. So I guess we'll all see each other there.
After this, Tommy, you get a phone call from the police department, one of your friends.
They will now give a bag full of money for you.
Uh, I
Hey,
suppose you left some friends there, so even if
yeah, my old partner, some colleagues, yeah, of
not
course.
everybody was a friend, but some were friends. Okay, so one of them calls you, and he says, "I have something that I have to talk to you, but not on the phone.
Let's
It
meet at
might
the
be a
Mariah
problem."
Cafe. Let's
Okay.
go to.
So a bit later, you meet there. Uh, let me check if there's a name here. Okay, it's Ed. Your old pal Ed. Ed looks worried.
What's up, Ed? You look worried.
Yes, I yes I do. The game master mentioned that. Uh, you have a pal called Omar. Is that so?
Yeah, well, Omar is a bit of a hustler, so.
Hmm.
But yeah, I
Yeah,
know he is.
yeah. Okay. So, how much does he know about you?
About me, what do you mean? Well, he knows me.
Hmm.
He knows what I do, but what do you mean specifically?
Well, I don't know. It could be anything, but he was paid to do something, and
Paid by whom?
he, the
By whom?
Chinese triad. I'm not really sure about what's going on, but I know there's something. You, an ex-girlfriend of yours that is involved with the.
Yeah, it's a complicated, tricky situation.
Okay, so I
She's
don't know
kind
the
of being
details. Don't
pressured.
tell me. I don't know. I don't
Oh,
care.
okay.
I don't
You
want to
don't
know
care.
anything.
Okay, okay, okay.
I'm just telling you that he received a large sum of money to frame you guys, you and some pals of yours. I don't know who they are, but
Son of a.
and he accepted it. So if he has something on you, be careful because I don't know.
What the fuck? This son of a. Okay, thanks. Thanks for the heads up.
Luckily, we had no plan.
Thanks for the heads up. But I haven't seen him actually in a week or so.
Well, be careful anyway because the who paid him was Travanti, and this is not him telling you. This is me. But Travanti was a guy was he didn't really like you. He
Yes, I've read in the
oh yeah
character's
okay so
description.
yeah okay so
Travanti. That's. Anyway, if it's Travanti, it's dirty. Okay, thanks, Ed. I'll be careful.
meanwhile, Harriet,
Yes.
you what are you doing right now?
Taking a shower.
Okay, after that,
Uh, Maybe I'm getting ready to go to work.
okay. Uh, ah, get the
Não
no.
faz, não faz inglês, os gajos não percebem.
Sai daí, pá! Deixa. Bloody cat.
He's
Uh,
cursing at the cats in Portuguese.
you get a phone call.
Okay. I pick it up.
Why was
Well,
he
no,
cursing at the cat? Your queen cat?
no,
No, the
the
little
baby
one.
cat.
She likes to
Oh,
put us. She likes to sit behind the screen.
okay. You have 3 cats.
Four cats.
Four
Ow!
4.
cats everywhere.
Oh my.
One looks like that one there. The one who is now sleeping or something.
Mm.
It's behind you.
Yeah,
Ziggy's
Bingo
behind
is
you.
my big cat. He's about 18
Yeah.
pounds.
We wanted a black one, but the white,
Have,
the black and whites always get in the way. They're so cute. They're always there. Now we're missing a black cat.
Are they
everyone has
all
a
rescue
cat.
cats or adopted from the like a
They're adopted from the shelter. Well,
good?
one of
Well,
them
one
came.
was
The first one came from the street.
Okay.
She picked Miguel up.
yeah. She told me she wanted a
Literally.
house.
Yeah. Take me home, sailor.
Gotta love that street pussy.
Yeah.
This one did adopt me. Yeah, I didn't adopt her. She
Yeah.
she adopted me.
But that first one is she a cat or is he a
She.
cat?
No,
She is
it's
a cat.
Barbarella. It's not that
Okay.
one behind him. It's the other
No,
one.
it's the
It's
fat
the
one.
fat,
Fat.
the other fat one. The fat black and white. She's sitting next to me.
Who was he? That's the cat. That's the male cat was here. Okay, so that's not the phone that's ringing. It's the door. Someone
Ah,
is
okay.
knocking.
Okay, then I go.
There are two cops out there outside.
Oh,
Do you open the door?
what do you want? Last.
One of them says, "Are you Mrs. Harriet Brown?"
Maybe. What do you want with her?
We have bad news for you.
Mm. Okay, I opened it, but with the chain.
Hmm?
I opened the door, but with the
Oh,
chain.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So We have bad news for you. Your sister. You have a sister.
Okay.
I don't know if you know, but you have a
Yeah,
sister.
I have it. Does not here, but okay. I have a
Yeah.
sister.
She's called Sarah.
Okay.
Your younger sister, she died last night.
She died. I open. What the hell? How? What happened?
Uh, Accidental overdose.
Did she took drugs? I'm asking the game master.
Yes, yes, she
Yes.
did.
She was a junkie. Okay.
She was a junkie.
Then I'm not surprised.
Not really.
Okay.
Well, you're surprised that she died.
Yeah. So do you want me to go and identify the
Yeah,
body?
that's it.
Okay. Let me just finish getting dressed up.
Okay, so you get dressed up and you go in the to the morgue, and yeah, she's Sarah is dead.
Okay. So where was she?
Where was she? She died at her own house.
Well, I'm not gonna assume there's something wrong with this because obviously there's something wrong with this, but
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't assume she's a junkie. So
yeah, that's kind of an explanation for that.
yeah. So she was by herself.
No one knows.
Yeah.
She was
Okay.
found this
Then
morning.
I think I'm gonna go by her place, her shitty apartment.
Yeah, it smells very bad inside, and it's everything. It's out of place, and it's
So I'm gonna see if I find anything strange.
well, you can roll for search or investigation.
Nah. 11.
Well, the you find what do you find? You find I'm not sure exactly how will you find this because there are no drugs in there. The cops took them, but you get the feeling. Uh, you find some notes and you get the feeling that she wasn't just taking drugs; she was also selling drugs.
Maybe I see money more than it should. Hidden somewhere because
Yeah,
the
probably.
cops would
Yeah,
have taken. Okay.
yeah, some hidden money. Yeah, that's good, and some notes also hidden with money.
Yeah.
So accounting business,
hmm
accounting from her.
Okay. So she was doing stupid shit. Well, did she have a phone book, like a little phone book with some names that I
Yeah,
would recognize?
there were some names. Yeah, there were some
Any
names.
Chinese names?
No,
Okay.
this is local business,
Yeah.
not Chinatown.
So I'll get back to my place. So nothing else to
Yeah,
do here. I'll take the money with me. She's not gonna use it anyway.
yeah, you can keep it. And a few days later, there's a wedding going to happen.
Yay!
So, are you guys going to the wedding? I
Yes.
know that Omar isn't going to the wedding. Omar is in the Bahamas having fun.
Is in Navalidad.
Yeah, he's in the Validad.
Definitely
So,
will be
Yeah,
yeah,
makes
attending the
sense.
wedding. Dressed up nice and
Yeah.
spiffy. I'll try and buy a proper gift. Make it look good.
Wedding
I'm
day.
tempted to
yeah, I'll
send
put
over.
the charm on.
Could
I
I
will.
send over a video recording just to let them know I'm okay?
VHS. Yeah. that you love us very much. I'm going to give her as a wedding gift a BDSM kit because her husband probably is gonna need it. I'm still a bit pissed off at her.
Well, she looks fine when you meet her. Of course, you meet her and Jacqueline as well.
Hmm.
They are they are all fine.
That's good.
I'm just trying to work out if I gave them 25,000 out of my 250 each, do you think they'd leave me alone? Would that buy them off? I'm going to try it anyway.
I think in this case you're probably gonna insult both Leroy and Tommy because they are proud.
Yeah, maybe.
Really?
You can give it all. Can give it all to me.
just to be safe, give it
Yeah.
all to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
You'd
I'm
know
really
Leroy
tempted.
well
I'm
enough to
really
know.
tempted just
He'll
to send
probably
over
accept.
a videotape
Yeah.
of me sunning myself, and I'll enclose 25 grand a piece for the.
Well,
For
you
the
didn't sell us off. You just took the money.
I just took the money
Well,
and said, "There you go."
Well,
at this moment,
the
Tommy probably thinks that you.
yes, I am absolutely convinced that you sold us up. So
But I will do that just to see their reactions, basically.
Okay, so the wedding is going on. Are you intending to do something?
I'm
I'm,
going to
I'm
send over this videotape, but I'm not going to go to the wedding.
You're in Tangiers.
I'm
Yeah.
only going to do something if they provoke an issue or so, and otherwise I'll try and treat it like a normal wedding.
Well, it goes on like a normal wedding, except there are people with guns around. Except for that, I don't know. I don't usually go to weddings, so maybe in Texas there are people with guns in weddings. I don't know.
of course there are people with
I'm
guns in
bound to
weddings in
it.
Texas. I don't think they would be allowed in the wedding without a gun.
Well, this is a sort of a shotgun wedding.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
I'm kind of confused, thinking if I should do something, but on the other hand, no. But
Captain Travanti is at the wedding.
oh, I hand over to you,
He looks at you. He looks surprised.
Captain. Long time no see.
True, I wasn't expecting to see you here.
Well, I wasn't expecting, but I got an invitation, so
Interesting.
not to be rude.
I know that a friend of yours had some problems.
Who?
Uh, some guy called Omar, I think.
Oh, Omar. Well, I know him, but he's not a friend.
No, he's not a friend.
He's
It definitely is not a friend.
he's well, he's always, he's an informant. But actually, I haven't seen him in 2 weeks now, maybe.
Hmm.
He disappeared off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Did we get the video before or after the wedding? Omar.
You can have the video whenever you like. Really, it will have been. I mean, I'm just thinking about time periods and stuff. I would have sent it when I got out of the country. So it was probably
Okay, so-
the last thing I did was send
No,
over the
well,
money and the wedding.
If you
Send over the money and the video. Sorry.
if you sent them from the US, they probably
Yeah.
got it. If you sent them from abroad, I don't think so.
No,
Yeah,
So
maybe you
the-
sent it for
from
abroad to
It
go
would
for
be.
the
It
money.
would be sent.
Okay,
It would have arrived at. I would have, because I've got all their addresses. I take it.
Yeah, probably.
okay.
Yeah.
So
I will send each one a video and $25,000.
yeah,
So
we
basically,
didn't get them yet.
you've out of me, out of that 250 grand, you've got a 25 grand a piece.
You have to respect snitches' ethics. It's like So I said to the captain, no, he disappeared. He suddenly just never saw him again.
Suspect. Strange
Yeah,
things happen.
yeah. So, but what about you, Captain? I wasn't expecting to see you here. Do you know any of the?
I know the bride.
Oh,
Not the groom. The
you
groom.
know
Not,
the groom. Yeah,
I know the groom. Well, I know the bride now.
yeah, yeah. Uh, actually, the
Nice
I
bride
guy.
is
sent.
an the
I,
bride is
can I
the
just
bride
add?
is.
I sent
So,
Trevente a video, and it's just me.
okay.
Smoking a huge joint with a couple of girls on either side, and I'm doing that. And that's all. That was the last he saw of me.
Okay. So you know the groom.
Yeah, I know the groom.
The bride actually was is my ex. I take it it's the same thing with you and the groom as well.
He looks surprised. She had something with you. Strange.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I wouldn't say she had such a bad taste, but okay. Who knows?
Miguel and Tommy, I have a question. Miguel, when you said the captain said, and now I know her too, or I know the bride, like okay, Sylvia, you picked up on.
Yeah, you went. You think
Did he
it is
kind
in
of
a
did he
biblical
leer a little bit,
sense?
or like I know her biblical? Like was he hinting like
No,
that?
just he knows. He
Oh.
knows her. He met her.
Okay. Nice to see you, Captain.
The wedding finishes. Well, the ceremony itself.
Is it nice?
I don't know. I've never watched a Chinese
But
wedding.
yeah,
I have no idea how is it, but well, okay. They are married now, and she meets you after the ceremony, and well, it's everything. Everything is going as you expected, and
She's happy. She's genuinely
she
happy.
looks well. She doesn't look happy, but she looks not unhappy.
well, I'm just thinking that now I got $25,000 out of this, so it's not that bad.
Is Jackie let free?
She will be after this.
Okay.
Now I'm thinking about the wretched way.
This is the
Uh,
moment where the screen fades to black. You know, to be continued, or until next time.
it could be. Yeah, this is difficult to end here in
This is a
a
good curtain draw moment, I think.
yeah.
It,
There's no
it's
way
I
to
one.
think
do
it would
a.
make a really interesting ending because all those
This,
gallows and
it has to
really
be.
weird bits of
I
the
think the guy is gonna try to kill us just because to show he can. That would be my now. You guys come here and he kills. Well,
One thing that Miguel cannot do is an actual one shot.
Yeah, I don't know. We were talking about drinks and food. Maybe
yeah,
I don't know.
but that's part of the game. Yeah.
Don't
No,
shift the blame on us.
it wouldn't
The
be.
only
No.
the only time we did a one shot that was one shot was when we played the zombies, but it because it was the second time we were playing it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That was
yeah.
one of the first ones you
Yeah.
did. Actually, I think that
It's
was a great
Yes,
it's
stream.
but
That
easier.
was
the
hilarious.
first
It's
time
easier
that
to
we
do a
played
one
that
shot.
one shot was what
It
three,
was
four
yeah.
sessions.
Yes, it was four
Four sessions.
sessions. It was not
It's
supposed to be
Yeah,
a one
easier.
shot.
It's easier to do a one shot when you played it already.
yeah.
I
Uh,
was gutted I
well,
couldn't join in the zombie game,
well,
genuinely, because
we can play it again. There's no problem.
absolutely. I
That's one
really
of
want to
those
do it.
we can play it several
Yeah,
times.
and we can play that one
Yeah,
in the summer.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
Just
or
for the yeah.
Halloween
that's
or whatever.
that's a summer scenario. Yes, you can play a British guy, a
Yeah.
tourist.
On holidays, drinking too much.
Yeah. I'll just be drunk the whole time, and yeah, I could actually play that in character really well.
I don't
think.
remember if we did it on the second time, but on the first time it was this is just the turret getting drunk. Everything is normal.
Yeah.
And then the zombies were like, "Oh,
I
here's
think we
another
talked
drunk
about that,
terrorist."
but the
Yeah.
first time we let that roll for a
Yeah.
couple of game sessions. After 2 game sessions, they still didn't know there were zombies, but they were around. They were there. But,
Everything was normal.
everything is normal. That's the people acting strange only. Some of them were trying to bite people, but that's just
They were
crazy.
drunk.
They were drunk. Yeah.
Even the zombies were drunk.
Okay, well, this is not really an ending, but it has to be an ending.
So it has to be, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, good night, folks.
Okay, let's
Will we
start.
continue this or?
I don't know. I'm going to end the broadcast and
Yeah.
then